Hello and welcome back to Roll the Bones. My name is Rob and I'm joined by my exile players, formerly legally known as Mike, Matt and Dom, and I asked them the immortal question, the question written upon their bounty letter. What happened previously on Knights of the Apocalypse? Omen War.
There was a greater shadow and we fought it.
Yep.
So, I know, we always take a huge break and it does my head in, so let's just do it. We fought the greater shadow.
Yeah, you fight the greater shadow,
annihilated Galaric a few times.
Yes. And then, afterwards, we looted the place, because there was good loot in the cases.
Good loot inside.
We healed up Galaric from the fountain first, because once again he took a whole bunch of... I want to call it damage to his soul. Levels and strength damage, I think this one was.
It was
strength.
Every combat, Galaric just seems to take a battering.
It wasn't the worst thing that happened.
No.
At least thematically.
This is true.
Yes, there was actually a lever behind the map. That was at the back of the room that actually opened up the way beyond on the previously locked door that said those who walk within the stars, or something along those lines. And we followed a path, and what was before us was naught but the Horizon Lens.
Yeah,
that's right.
But in front of the Horizon Lens was a familiar figure to us, but not our characters. It was the Lord.
That's right.
That's right.
And do you remember much of what you learned from the Omen Lord? It was quite a prolonged back and forth between he and you.
Yeah.
There was some recollection with Galaric.
That's right. Galaric.
Not quite sure who, but he feels like he is aware of the presence.
The exact phrase was, Galaric, thought he recognised him, and the figure said, "I hope you do. I hope you do," were the words he used exactly.
Yeah. I think as players, we all had our own thoughts there, which won't necessarily ring true to anybody watching on YouTube, because I think it's something from when Galaric was in the game before, from many, many years ago, when we were younger men.
Yes.
But yeah, I think we all had thoughts as to sort of who that was.
Yes, the description evoked
a
familiar character from our past games, that's correct. In that conversation as well, you were bidden by him to take the Horizon Lens, for as the Omen Lord, he wants you to see what's coming.
Yes.
That's his whole thing. And you saw a good many things in the Horizon Lens. Do you remember what you looked at first?
Erythnol.
Did you look at him first?
Yes, before.
Yeah, the Omen Lord bid us.
Yep, okay. Yep. He did bid you to look upon the throne of Erythnol. That's right.
Yeah, and it's lucky he told us the throne of Erythnol, not Erythnol himself, because it may not have shown us anything. Because Erythnol was deceased upon his throne. He was slain by his own weapon? Or just
you don't know. You just know that there was a cascading fall of blood that rained down like the waterfall that you've been climbing around this whole time.
It looked bad. The Omen Lord seemed sort of pleased with it, which was
Further,
he sort of implied that he had caused it, didn't he? He sort of said, "This is what happens to people who get in my way."
This is like the one mistake you made, Galaric, is I wouldn't harm anyone that got in my way. Exactly. He used that to demonstrate that. Now, what that means, you can only determine from your own imaginations, I suppose. But yes, you did see the evoking of an image of a slain god. It's almost was difficult to say that you actually saw the entity pop, but you saw like the idea of it, like a statue almost. A concept. But yes, then you were bidden. Well, you decided that you were going to look at something else in the Horizon Lens.
Actually, we looked at it after. So before we looked towards Uthreal, we were interrupted by the Guardians of the Horizon Lens.
That's right. Yeah, you were.
Yeah, that's right. Of course.
2 shield guardians, and thus came Galaric's second problem of the session. His gammy ankle that affected him earlier in the dungeon came back to haunt him again.
It
as
wasn't his
Galaric
gammy
twisted
ankle. It
and
was just
fell.
his secret desire to be the floor knight, as we
He
all
was
know.
the floor knight.
There was no gammy ankle. It's fake Dixie loves the floor.
Yes, the savagery of the critical fumble table at play once more. But you were able to drive them back, though not after discovering that, as spell guardians want to do, possess the ability to store a spell infused there by their masters. So the spell effectively works as contingency, where if it meets a certain condition, it's triggered. And their condition was when they drop below half health, they would then go into haste, which one of them managed to do a bit, but the last one was going into its contingency when I think Fleece, or was it no, it was Galaric. I think one of you smashed it down right as it went contingent, bam, and you killed it.
I'm actually not 100% sure which it was.
No, it was Fleece.
No, it probably was Fleece, yeah, because it was
It was after Fleece lobbed his axe the other side of the room.
Yes, he had to run away. Galaric tried to give him a weapon, and he was like, "No. If I take that, I won't be able to go and get that, and then run back." Which is
running back.
It was the charge, yeah. But yeah, they were rough. They were pretty damn tough. We were worried. Pop was amazing actually in that fight, just for the fact that it kept trying to hit him, and essentially he was just backing away, like, nope, nope.
And did you haste us as well, Pop?
I think I may have
done that.
Yeah, because I looked at my stats earlier, I hadn't removed them. I was like, what is that? And I was like, that makes sense.
That was a definite factor. But yeah, Pop just throwing up like smoke and just essentially making himself unhittable by this thing, which was pretty damn cool. And then essentially it couldn't find him, so it came to us.
Yes.
Yes, an unfortunate effect of that stratagem, but nonetheless, yes, you were victorious. You were then able to concentrate further on the lens. What else did you look at?
Uthreal.
Mm-hmm. Yes, as Avarius had bid you.
And the secret beneath it. Incredibly humongous being that was chained in place and covered up with some sort of illusion to prevent anyone from knowing who was there.
That's right.
But not us.
Yes.
Yeah. An absolutely colossal, bigger than colossal illusion. The biggest Pop reckons to exist, perhaps.
The Vanquisher arrived.
Yeah. I think we all took a moment to be like, what in the hell beneath the waves? And then, yeah, while we were all in shock at seeing that, the Vanquisher showed up.
Yes.
In my head, I sort of imagined it as, in Sonic and Knuckles, when the airship arrives and it's like, that's, I know it doesn't look like that, but that's how I imagined it.
Sonic and Knuckles has a lot to answer for the inspirations of our games, because as much as there are lots of like floating islands for instance in our games, not influenced by the floating islands from D&D lore that I discovered later. No, it was the floating island from Sonic and Knuckles for sure. Yeah. Great game. Anyway, the Vanquisher arrived, and it could be heard rumbling above.
They'd somehow found their way to the Horizon Lens.
Well,
they've been sent in the wrong direction. We don't quite know how.
We don't know, because we then discovered the real Vanquisher was actually Pop Glistergleam.
Yes, the real Vanquisher all along. Yes,
we were offered a choice, weren't we? Which didn't sit well with Fleece. And then didn't sit well with Pop either, because he obviously very much wanted to bring down the ship. We were sort of told either go up to the ship and fight, or take the Horizon Lens and run. And it was sort of a exactly like that. Fleece wanted to just destroy the Horizon Lens. And then if that's the choice we're offered, then obviously you don't want us to destroy this, and you didn't like that at all. You wanted to just break the wheel, kind of thing. But then Pop decided it was actually the Vanquisher needed to go down.
I believe, Matthew, it was actually your suggestion to...
Yeah, I think you said you wanted to destroy it, and then it was my idea to, because I was trying
Yes,
to.
yes.
It just occurred to me. Hang on a minute. Why don't we just do that? And as I said, on a much smaller scale in a parallel universe, I'd had a similar train of thought with the ship. So I think that the ship is possibly like it's an alternate version, maybe created by the same inventor or some shit. I don't know. But the piece of crystal from the Empirical holding it up, which I know when I did it, I certainly had in mind that's a way of bringing it down. So it just occurred to me, let's just do that. Which was, yeah,
a
great.
meta brainwave struck across Fleece.
A little bit.
But that's fine because it wasn't because Galaric knew that story. So that gave you the will save, which we've always been doing to give you hints from your memories, and it succeeded. So
Yeah, it was Galaric that knew it was the crystal.
So Pop aimed for a joining where it seems that the energy of the shards of a hover crystal, more than one, met, and that is where he targeted the disintegrating wand with. And as I described, that's where the world went mad.
And Rob had to change his plans.
Rob did have to change his plans and make some new maps.
Sort of sorry.
No. Our vision falls upon the vessel that we've just been discussing. The Vanquisher. It looms high in the air, impossibly suspended above the Observatory tower. The tower that you've long looked on, the tower that is balanced on its lofty perch next to the high falls. And here it comes to a gradual stop as it hovers there. Helmsman Iben moves across the great deck. Admiral Sudric, we have arrived and have concentrated hovercast through the engines. Admiral Sudric turns to look at the helmsman. Very good, helmsman. Maintain the spell so we hold our position. We are to wait above the observatory while the blades of carnage descend. The sooner the better. I'll not abide any more disciples of that insane mutant. The helmsman shifts uncomfortably at the memory of the blades of carnage, recent passengers aboard this vessel. The helmsman says, the chapter general was following on that beast of his, Admiral. You told me to keep you appraised of its movements. The chapter general, Sudric, scoffs. Why High Command pinned a rosette on that animal, the gods only know. A thin beam of green light pierces down from the sky. Helmsman, perform evasive maneuver. A cataclysmic chain reaction as a disintegration spell from on high echoes out of a portal of some kind, channeling directly through the heart of the great vessel. The point where those four magical circles meet in the central array there. The chain reaction is devastating. the engines that are powering the concentration spell, harnessed by the power of the hover crystals, is shattered. And the great vessel buckles in the sky. There are screams of terror as the Dominion forces are hurled from what remains of the decking and plunge, some of them striking the tower, some of them falling into the falls, some of them fortunate enough to tumble over the edge, striking rock after rock after rock for 2 miles before hitting the ground. Admiral Sudric is stumbling towards the helm, and then suddenly a piece of debris strikes him hard in the side of the face, and he himself is sent reeling overboard. The last thing the Admiral sees is the Vanquisher, the pride of the Dominion Navy, crashing down towards the tower. Its back end collides with the tower, and the tower comes away with it. The great structure that has stood for thousands of years is broken away like a matchstick as the great vessel collides with it. The thing is severed in half, and a shockwave reverberates through the entire structure. Galaric, Fleece, Pop, please make a reflex saving throw as the Vanquisher descends upon the structure that you have been exploring this entire time.
Not going to happen.
Starting to realise the slight error in judgment of bringing that down right where we are.
Out of curiosity, Pop, how long did haste last? Was it
I
in
believe
minutes? Because it
one
could still
round.
be on and give us
It'll
an
still be
rounds.
active. It'll still be active. The fight has just concluded, so that's fine.
Right, just
You'll
gives
have it for
another
this.
+1. Well, I'm not on dice. Oh, I wish I
I've
wasn't.
got no
now on
buttons
dice.
to reply to it.
Oh no.
Oh! Galaric with his
that's
dodgy
me.
ankle.
Pop
Even with
and Galaric, you are both successful. So you take half damage unless you have evasion of some kind.
I wish.
So
I didn't even have a chance to heal.
Oh no!
I was going to start by going, I'm going to heal. And
should have ended by that, Michael.
I should have done, but we were quite consumed with conversations and such.
So,
Be okay.
as the three of you are standing in the vessel chamber that has housed the Horizon Lens for so long, you are very close to where the impact takes place. Thankfully, the full bulk of the ship does not come through this part of the structure, but it's damn close. Fleece, you take 26 points of force damage as the room is just thrown. It is like the most powerful earthquake imaginable. You are thrown from your feet and smash against the ground. Galaric and Pop, you take half of that amount. As you are all collide with the flora, objects around you, flaming debris just comes tumbling through smashed portions of this structure. Flames bursting all around you. In horror, you look and you see that a great section of the supporting structure, meters thick rock, comes tumbling down, blocking the way that you had came in. And sudden fire springs around that too. You are also disturbed to see that there is no sign of the Omen Lord. As a secondary shockwave rumbles through the building, as you can only imagine, an engine detonates somewhere. You're able to come to your senses. What do you do?
Galaric is going to use a combination of lay on hands and 3 cure light wounds potions.
Wow.
Did you say 6 Cure Light Wounds potions?
No, I've got 6 HP of Lay on Hands
I
that I
see.
can use, and 3 Cure Light
3
Wounds.
Cure Light Wounds. Okay, cool.
So 32 in total then.
Very
which
good.
is fine for the time being.
Yeah, Pop will have a Cure Light Wounds as well.
Fleece is
Actually,
going
I'll
to
take one more.
1 Cure Mod and 2 Cure Light.
Oh boy.
So you're all just lying there, or like in shock, just bottling up potions as the magnitude of your decision falls around you. It seems.
Excellent. I now have 1 Cure Light Potion left.
Good. We need to leave now.
Indeed.
That's unfortunate. One more.
The Horizon Lens is pocketable, isn't it? It's just larger for description, isn't it?
Yeah, larger there for you to be able to see it on the map. But yeah, you're able to put it in your belongings. Currently, Pop holds it.
Okay.
I have no healing left.
Okay.
And I'm down 4 hit points, so I should. That's fine.
We'll be okay.
Fine. Yeah, I think we need to leg it. We need to absolutely leg it. But there's only one door available, right? The door we came in, you said, is covered.
Yes, it seems.
Which
that,
door did we come? Oh, that door.
It's the one that is more covered than the other one. Yeah, like I say, great amounts of stone have fallen across it.
I'll use my immune to blockade ability and just pass right through.
Okay. You get stuck halfway through and burn to death.
Yay. Galeric will, still a bit sore in the foot, will hobble over and just go to open the door.
Yeah, you certainly do that. And as you do open the door, a refreshing waft of cool air for a moment as you open this door. But then suddenly behind it, you then feel a great heat all of a sudden. A momentary pause of before the atmosphere turns as scalding as the room that you have just been inside. Yeah, you see a narrow corridor that leads into a much larger, wider corridor. But from your position there, that's all you can see.
Pop is going to cast Expeditious Retreat on himself for double his movement and pocket the Horizon Lens.
Pop, as you are pocketing the lens, you almost see it's like ripples of like a disturbed body of water almost from where you had dropped the disintegrating spell. It looks like once you've disturbed the surface of it, like it is rippling like a surface of the water would for some time as you do so.
I would imagine we probably haven't got the scale of the carnage we've just caused in terms of the many deaths, because we just fired that and then there was an explosion.
You can give me a military check if you have knowledge, military or anything like that, or you can give me a straight intelligence with a higher DC.
Intelligence. 8.
17. Feeling mildly intelligent.
Fleece and Pop, you know that a vessel that size would easily be manned by a minimum a crew of 50.
Just did a mass murder. We just did a
But
mass murder.
you know
Did we just do a mass murder?
There probably were more, given that Maxim's instruction was to take forces aboard the Vanquisher, and the Dominion would deliver them, but not anymore. It seems.
I like to think there's a cutaway scene here, if this is a film, where Fleece and Pop realise what they've done, and in their minds as they meet their eyes, there's a slow motion scene with that music from Titanic. with the quartet, just as it's slowly going down.
Well, not
I
unlike
thought
the
you meant the heart
Titanic.
will go on.
Yes, yeah, I thought you meant that as well. Not unlike the Titanic, the ship was severed in two from colliding with the tower. But of course, you've not seen that; you only heard it. But just for the effect of the the cutaway, yeah, Galaric, you peer in and you see that there's a wide corridor. What are the rest of you doing? What is your plan?
Seems clear.
Yeah, well, we can't go the way we came, so we have no choice. We have to go that way. Unless anybody has anything that can clear that debris.
No.
Well, the Omen Lord suggested this was a faster way out anyway.
He did suggest that. Yes.
Oh, I hope Ergeis is okay. My horse is down there.
Let's go.
He'll be fine. I'm sure he's eaten enough meat.
He needs more meat. He's not had any for the past, I don't know how many hours. It's a protein-rich diet.
Yeah, it's improbable you'll be able to go back that way, but not impossible. I know for a fact there are some things that you have that might help you get through there, but I won't say. You'll have to think of those yourself. You were advised that this would be the fastest way out, however. Pop is right in that.
And also, Mike will never leave a dungeon until he's completed it, so... Wait,
This is true. Okay.
Yeah, I could have just
So there's
saved
a
myself the
door.
bother and drawn a picture of a treasure chest and an arrow just pointed down the corridor. You're like, nope, well, that's where we're going.
I think you'll find, guys, we have far more to explore in that direction.
And that you do. You open the door and then pass through that sort of joining walkway to this wide corridor that sweeps around in a half-moon shape. This does feel like the base of a great tower that you're walking around. There is a short corridor that leads to a closed door, and the half-moon sort of walkway arcs round out of sight. Debris flames upon the walls. Pictures and ornaments there mounted for a long time have been dislodged and burned or erect upon the ground.
Garlic's just got to shout, I'm just going to check round here.
Yeah, and I'm
Should
just
also
gonna
be
open the
noted
door
that
to glance in.
if we're still within a couple of minutes of the battle, there are currently 9 pops still.
It's just a whole line of pops.
Oh yeah,
Each
of
one
course.
giving a separate lecture
So the mirror image pops.
on how the fire's spreading.
There's 2 doors down here.
Yeah, let's do this one at a time then, because Matt said that Fleece says he's going to look in there. So, Galaric, you move round there, but we'll go to what Fleece sees at the moment. Fleece, you hurl open the door, and revealed to you is a vast mechanism chamber. You are in what is now the hollow base of a great tower. There is a massive cog in the centre of a great stone dais. It is surrounded by what could only be described as a moat of flowing water. Looking down, you see that there are a number of great pedals, massive flat pieces of a device that would be pushed round by the flow of the waterfall, not unlike like a watermill, for instance. This device originally would have been powered by the great currents of the falls to turn what you can only imagine to be a great device with the power of the falls as its motor. Pop, as you look through, the mathematics begins to add up. You remember the generation of that innate magical power downstairs being stored. This is a huge arcane generator, almost. You also see, Fleece and Pop, as you look through there, a good number of individuals in bright armour and sickly green tabards lie slain in amongst the rubble and the debris.
Do they look like they've been crushed, or that they have fallen?
So you can give me... Well, there are some that are definitely crushed because some of them lie beneath debris,
Beneath the
definitely.
rubble,
But you can give me a medicine check for more information. Whilst you do that, Galaric, you peered down there, and yeah, that's right. You saw not only another door that kind of leads up, you imagine, into that great circular chamber that Fleece and Pop have just glanced in, but there's also another door that leads beyond this crescent walkway.
Galaric is going to open up that door. There's something in here, and I don't know what it is.
Galaric, you open the door, and beyond you see a room empty, but for a great mirror that makes up effectively the size of the wall of the chamber in front of you. A massive mirror. The only other thing inside the chamber is a solitary tome that lies flat upon the empty, dusty ground in front of it.
I have no idea what this is. I should let Pop know. As I'll then go around and just see in this door here.
Yeah, that's right. So you open a door and you find, Galaric, that you're peering into a different entry point of the same room that Fleece and Pop have been in. And then you are also greeted to this great chamber. You can see that this would have been the site of one of the most epic battles that you would have ever faced, now entirely eradicated by the Vanquisher falling on top of the tower. You see that they're garbed in immense-looking armour, is a fighting force that matches the sickly green banners that flew about the proximity of Chapter General Maxim's holdings. You appear to have slain warriors that look akin to those that you fought in the Trick Temple, the Temple of Falaflin, that it was a lair of Erythnol disguised.
Pop will turn to Fleece and, seeing the great machine before him, says, Fleece, I fear we've destroyed more than one irreplaceable working of magic today.
To break the mood, Galaric will shout out and go, Pop, I found something for you to look at.
I'm starting to think that maybe this was a mistake. Do not doubt yourself, my friend. We have brought down the ship that was going to kill many. I believe we still did the right thing.
Better timing. Could have perhaps aided us, and then Pop zips off down the corridor, followed by his 8 doppelgangers.
So it's like a speed effect. With the extra speed.
One last thing I will say. You, whilst you are still looking there, Fleece, you've got direct line of sight of it. Up here, there is a blast hole in the rubble. Above you, you can see open sky, and the open sky is now almost inky black with the darkness of night. Almost, as dusk is falling. But yeah, there does appear to be a blast hole up in the top corner there.
Right.
Pop, you've gone where? Sorry, you've gone to see what Galaric was looking at. Is that what you said?
To see the book and the mirror.
Fleece, are you joining them, or are you going to remain in that room?
No, I will join them, actually. Oh, the door's locked. You closed the door on me, Pop!
I did not!
That's not okay. You locked me in. Fleece will run down the corridor after them, just to make sure we're all together.
Yeah, and Fleece, you arrive as well, and yeah, you all see now the sight that Galaric had witnessed. This room, off to the side of the tower, it remains effectively untouched in comparison to the rest of this place. And yeah, there is a great mirror that makes up effectively the one wall almost. It has a very ornate carved frame, and a single tome rests upon the floor.
So Pop still has his arcane sight up as well, so I can see magical auras and such, if any magical auras are emanating.
Yes, there is. There is a magical aura that emanates. And you recognize it to be a form of divination, but its source isn't arcane, not really. It's quite strange. It almost evokes the feeling of looking at the Horizon Lens, weirdly. Do you remember that was described as an artifact of great divination? So it gives that kind of aura to it, certainly, but it seems strange too.
I'll take a look at the tome on the floor.
The tome is interesting.
In case of instructions.
Well, you look at it. It's really more of a torn fragment of the journal, of a journal rather, for lots of different signs and symbols are scrawled across it. Some of the pages are torn, some of them are covered strangely in blood. It's quite a rather disturbing looking artifact lying upon the ground. But upon each page, the same words are written over and over and over and over. And there are some writings in sort of annotation to it, which I'll read first. The journal suggests, "It is curious how the pact, summoning words or chanting, can take any form or be in any language, but the form of the ritual words must be palindromic, i.e., the sentence must read the same forwards as backwards." And you tilt your head, Pop, and you see it says, "Moon, sickle, rise and sever, revenge call I call revenge, sever and rise, sickle moons."
Interesting. I will point this out to the other two. Can we have the words written down?
Of course, yeah, that's a great point. They are in Zijat. "Moon, sickle, rise and sever, revenge call I call revenge, sever and rise, sickle moons."
Pop will explain that the book on the ground is filled with many different symbols and blood, as you can see in this annotation, this phrase. Curious. Did it say that it did it?
What?
What did the annotation say about the...
Oh, yes, so the annotation says, "It's curious how the pact, summoning words or chanting, can take any form or be in any language, but the form of the ritual must be palindromic. The sentence that you read must be the same forwards as backwards." And this example here is evidence of that.
Very curious, Pact. Anything to do with you, Galaric? You hang around with Pact folk?
Not that I'm aware of.
When you
maybe.
take a look.
"Moon, sickle, rise and sever, revenge call I call revenge, sever and rise, sickle moons."
It is said out loud, and as it is now said out loud...
Why did you do...
Don't speak Latin in front of the books.
You gave it to me, I just read it.
Surface of the mirror immediately begins to change as the words written before it are rather perfectly regaled by Galaric Doomdriven.
What did you do, Pop?
You did it, Galaric.
Galaric.
The three of you watch as the surface of the mirror depicts the sky above. And in the sky hang 2 sickle moons. For the day is the last day of the month of reaping. The sickle moons appear both in the centre and at the ends of every month in the calendar of Main Realm. And there they hang, both flanking the third moon, as it were, that hangs full. And it is as you are looking upon this, you see almost what looks like a great shadowy hand rising up in the west. A great and terrible shadowy force reaching across the land far to the west of Main Realm, reaching to eclipse the land itself. It's almost like you can feel the world grow dark as you're looking into the mirror. As you see far away,
Has the presumably the aura of magic has not changed following?
No, not at all. Not at all. It remains there.
What was that?
Like a hand.
We all saw the hand, did we?
I saw a hand.
Yes.
So did I. Of course, the moons.
Can you give me a listen check, all three of you, please?
$13.
All for 13.
Pop, only you hear this. It's almost like in the distance you can hear a voice calling the same words. Moonsicle, rise and sever, revenge call I call revenge, sever and rise, sickle moons. And the voice seems far, far away, almost.
Did you hear the reply, Gallery? Did you catch that?
No, it's... I don't know what you're talking about, Pop.
Is this... do we think this is the night sky currently? Are we seeing something that is current?
That is a great question.
This is on Pop, really, because Pop is the intelligent one that would have far more of an idea of astronomy. I don't think Fleece or Galaric would really know much about it. Like, are you aware that this would be what the moons would look like tonight? Are we due sickle moons currently?
Can you give me a knowledge nature roll, or you can give me a straight intelligence if not, but it wouldn't be a different penalty. Just to see if you know.
Intelligence then.
Yeah.
24.
Yeah, you know the calendars and the movements of the stars to be familiar. You would use the stars to navigate all the time, and you would know the cycles of the three moons well. You're also very familiar with the cycles lately because you saw them depicted by the moon swine as well. So you would have had reference to it as well. Yeah, you know that this is the last day of reaping. By the night sky, though the time of the of year has sort of not really factored into your adventure until well, now it seems, you know this to be a time of great superstition. And that role, you are familiar with the concept of vengeance pacts as well, Pop. You are familiar with legends told to frighten children, mainly, that if they weren't able to do they weren't doing their chores, or if they were late back home from playing in the woods, they would be visited upon by a creature that is said to stalk from reflection to reflection, evoking the mirrored moons high above. The moon, of course, or moons themselves, of course, being but a mirror for the sun. The voice continues. Moonsickle rise and sever, revenge call I call revenge. Sever and rise, sickle moons. And then, almost as quickly as it had appeared, the image begins to disappear once again, and the mirror grows still. And once again, you see your reflections within.
Very curious.
So that's potentially a reflection of what's happening right now somewhere.
That's a reflection of the night sky right now, Galeric. Or was.
Yes, I see.
Are you familiar with Revenge Pact magic, Galeric?
You know, Pop, you assume I have knowledge of quite a lot of magic. Unfortunately, I really don't.
Fleece, is this a superstition you have in your culture?
My culture, we do not really... I mean, we do look to the stars for navigation. And as I said, we revere many different gods as a pantheon rather than individuals. But my people tend to leave. We have experts in certain things, so the people that would know this would be the magic users of my people, which there are a few. My mother is one of them. But this is not knowledge that was passed on to me, I am sorry.
Well, I wouldn't call it knowledge necessarily. I'd call it superstition and perhaps a story for wayward children to make them behave. But the mirror reminds me of something to do with a story about a reflected monster who would chase down naughty and unpleasant folk, shall we say.
And the only thing that I can say is this. Given all that we have seen, and all that I have seen in my travels before I met you, I think that superstitions are something in this world that should not be dismissed easily. Perhaps there is something more valid than just superstition in this. But for now, I think we need to get out of here.
Can give me one last check as well, and that is Knowledge Arcana.
26.
Yeah, you know that you witnessed another school of magic looking through. The great hand reaching out, Pop, evoked a great magical power of necromancy, almost. It seemed like a blighted practice that was taking place that you looked upon. On a massive scale.
Pop like the hand may have been necromantic in nature, although I know scarce little about most necromancy. Certainly, it's a very powerful school and very feared in much of Main Realm, as you're probably aware.
I know a little bit of necromancy. I'd seen a little bit in the mountains, the Draugr, before I got here. And given what we have seen here in this very building, and then necromancy, it gives me the heebie-jeebies.
I have vague memories of a necromancer. I have visions of a tornado of flesh. It's horrible.
Happy days.
Interesting. Well, before we continue, I fear we will not learn much more here. But Galeric, do tell me, do you hold vengeance in your heart?
Oh, I try not to, Pop. Perhaps I do, and I just haven't realized it. But right now, I do feel a burning desire against all that is evil, shall we say. And I think it is time that someone brings the righteous fury down upon them.
Do you do anything else in this room? The book lies upon the ground still. Is it something that you will take, or is it something that you will leave behind?
I think we should probably take it.
How big is the mirror?
Pretty big.
The mirror is
size
about
of the
15 feet tall, I would say. Yeah, it's very, very
Practice.
big.
No, but if this mirror was in pieces, would you be able to take a small piece of it? Would it still function?
A good question. I fear you wouldn't necessarily know the answer until you did it.
Until we try.
I have heard an old wives' tale about smashing mirrors is bad luck. So, maybe we don't.
This is not a thing that I have heard. And also, the ceiling is falling down. The mirror is going to not survive anyway. And he will bring his axe and smash the mirror into pieces. And take a small shard of the mirror with them.
Okay. You swing hard at the mirror. I would like you to roll a D100 for me, please, Reese. Please.
17. Never seem to roll that low.
When it's a critical fail.
That's a critical fail.
You bring the axe hard against the surface of the mirror, and it shatters into many pieces, and those pieces go everywhere, high into the air, all around you. But then it's strange. It's almost like the mirrors are falling in slow motion, and as they do, these shards almost fall into a projection in their own right, and a great, looming wraith-like shape is suddenly reaching towards you, Fleece. It bears a crown of a sickle moon upon its head, upon its brow.
Oh no.
And it says, "If this were not my Neve, if this was not my night, I would serve. I would bring you vengeance." But then as soon as those words are said, the shards of the mirror all shatter to the ground, and the creature that was depicted in there before you is gone.
Jesus, that was terrifying. If this was not my night, I would bring you vengeance.
Perhaps it was busy. We were awfully lucky.
Fleece will take a good shard about the size of the book and put it in between the pages of the book, and then close the book on it to keep it flat and secure.
Very good.
And then hand it to hand it to Pop. Sorry.
Yeah.
I hand it to myself.
Why are you giving me the cursed mirror?
The mirror piece is inside of the book. You do not have to touch it. I feel that this would be good for research, but now we need to get out of here. Everything is falling down. We need to get out. I heard it. I heard it. I fucking heard it. Okay.
There is another rumble that sort of accents that point. You rush back towards the corridor and back towards that circular chamber. Then
We're just going this way.
there is a slight raised level that makes up the far corner of the wall where there rests another cog. It is about 10 feet higher than the dais that you're on when you enter the room. So you would have to jump over the water and up 10 feet to land on that platform.
Okay. We stopped on the set. Hello, Galleric. I think we're a little too close.
I'm
Bodies.
We're on the same square. Oh, it's Pop. Hello, Pop.
The bodies that lie around you are, like I say, are bedecked in fine armor, and they look to have been formidable combatants.
Oh my gosh. I mean, have we got time? I literally want to search for health potions because I'm out, and it would be really good to have some more.
Yeah, you can.
We could do a quick frisk
Because you're trying to do it in a hurried fashion. You can't take your time and search for everything. I'm going to ask for a search check now. However good that search check is, will determine how much stuff you can take from them.
Cool. So have we got to do a jump check? Sorry, to get over the.
To get over there, it will be required a jump check. And it's 10 feet high to get up there. Yeah. Okay. So
16 on a search.
Mm-hmm. My search will not be good.
33 for a search.
Pop, that means that you are able to... yeah.
No, 22.
Working together with a 33 on a roll, but also, I know it's a skill check, but it still says 20, and it's satisfying. You are all able to remove everything that you would find of value in a quick portion of time, so it won't slow you down or endanger you in any way. So there are a number of health potions among them, because I was going to be very annoying and have my enemies heal during this particular battle, but never mind. So among them, there are 4 Cure Serious Wounds potions.
Ooh.
So Cure Serious Wounds, a value each of 750 gold pieces, but I dare say their value is far greater in their effects that you will receive if you drink them.
One each, and Fleece you up.
And perhaps if I take the extra because I'm the fastest, so any one of us that needs it, then I can get.
Yep.
There are also 6 Cure Moderate Wounds potions.
2 each.
2 each. Lovely.
There are also 2 Bark Skin +2 potions.
Does bark skin add to natural armor?
Bark Skin is natural armor, yes.
Right, so it wouldn't do anything for Galleric.
I thought natural armor stacked.
No, it's an armor category. So unless you have less than +2, and it would make up the difference, but if you added it, it wouldn't stack. Then the only things that stack are separate, different types of armor bonus. So natural armor doesn't stack with natural armor.
Let's see. There is also a potion of Fox's Cunning, which boosts intelligence. There's a potion of Eagle's Splendor, and a potion of Bull's Strength.
Pop with the Fox's Cunning potion help you.
Barkskin does
you already
enhance.
have 2, though.
Barkskin is an enhancement bonus, is it?
Barkskin does enhance existing natural armor. So that does. I had to quickly check because I've got natural armor, which I was then checking. Does that not stack then with my stuff?
Have it then.
There are also, ironically, 3 potions of heroism, though they appear to be covered in blood and appear to have been looted from someone else, perhaps.
Nice. We'll have 1 potion of heroism each. 1 bloody potion of heroism. Pop the intelligence potion. Sorry, the fox's cunning.
Yeah.
Would that improve?
I would a couple. I think I've got a
Have you got a +2? So I've got that for strength, but I've got a bull strength would add another 2.
got a headband of intellect, so that would be +2. So I'd get a
Yeah.
+2 out of it at least.
Go for it. So bark skin. Was there 2 of those?
Yes. Oh, of the barkskin one. No, sorry, I don't think I said 2. Did I say 2? I thought I said 1. It's
You said
barkskin
+2
2
enhancement.
Barkskin
You
plus
have it
2.
then, please. I've got a decent AC anyway. And also, I'm still trying to think what balances or not. So just to make it easy, you have it.
I'm sorry, you have found everything, so we're just doing the potions right now. Galaric, you do note that these individuals are wearing mighty fine-looking armour, though it does depict the rather savage engravings of the many slaughters that battle has faced the Blades of Carnage. As you discover them to be from the writs and runes upon them, you see that their leader wears a +1 set of full plate armor.
Well, it would be rude
yourself.
not to, and I can always scratch out some of those things.
So you're able to undoff this armor, and it looks pretty cool and savage, but and it will certainly serve for the time being. Because it's that sort of +1, it almost kind of molds to your body form, Galaric, as
Wow, thank you.
there's almost some kind of magic within it, base magic within it.
Very nice. So with the potions, have we divided those up? So we've got a heroism, a bark skin, fox's cunning.
Fox's cunning, eagle splendor, bull strength.
Eagle splendor. Who wants the eagle splendor? Galaric, that's best for you, isn't it?
Oh, that would be useful. Yes, thank you.
Yep. Command of the battlefield, definitely. And I think that's everything then, isn't it? Other than the healing potions, that's cool.
Eagle splendor.
That bark skin will last for 30 minutes. It's base level for the spell, that's pretty cool. Okay. That was much quicker in-game. Because we're frantically searching and pocketing things and just going, this is good for you, tossing it.
As Galaric's donning some armor, he spied, yes, let me just put this on.
Yeah, there isn't like as much of the falling debris. It's not like the whole place is collapsing around you, but it certainly seems unstable and daunting to be within, certainly, particularly in the central tower area, of which
Definitely
a good portion of it above is missing. But a great amount of it leans like broken in on itself almost. And above, you can see dusk now rapidly reaching night.
How do we get over this water?
I think Fleece can jump that with a good run-up. And then he can maybe... Well, they can do very much, actually, to help.
So... yeah, you can certainly make the jump, and because you'll have pretty much as much run-up as you'll need, It won't be a standing jump. It'll be the assumed running jump. Let me see. I'm just seeing if I can bring up the actual jump DC of that. There's set DCs, isn't there, for the jump?
Yeah, there are. Level 3. So level 3 is at a level 6 sorcerer can do that. It's only sorcery. 10 minutes per level, which means that heroism, boys, will last for 60 minutes from that potion. Base level heroism, 60 minutes.
Okay.
Which is pretty badass. It's +2 morale bonus on attacks, saves, and skill checks.
Okay, jump. Here we are. So, the jump check is for 10 feet. It's not a lot. I guess it's a long jump and a high jump.
So for 10 feet, it would be 10, and then you would do the high jump. I think it's going to be down to you, mate.
Yeah, it is weird.
add
Okay,
to it.
the jump check is
Have an
going to be
idea?
DC 18, and that is with the assumed running jump to get up there. Yeah.
Okie dokie.
DC
Okay,
18.
so all I've got to
think
do
it's
is roll
Yeah.
anything that isn't a 1.
Don't roll a 1.
Because I have 16, 17, 18. So actually anything that isn't a 2, because matching it wouldn't do it. You have to beat it.
Yeah. So you get it on the die, please. You hurl yourself up with your
think
immense
there's an
strength.
unnecessary flip in there. Come on.
Then he did a flip.
But it did a flip. Yeah, you land with strength and grace on the far side easily.
He uses the axe to vault a little bit, give him a bit of extra launch. And then, so what I can do is hold the very end of the axe. Because it is a large category axe, it's pretty big, and reach it across so that if you guys can make a shorter jump, you can at least grab that and he can pull you up pretty easily.
Yeah,
Maybe make the
because
jump a bit
I've
easier.
cast Expeditious Retreat, and in the jump skill it says if your speed is greater than 30 feet, you gain a +4 bonus for every 10 feet beyond 30 feet. That means I get a +12.
Oh wow,
That's
that's
my-
so cool! Of course, I've never even thought of that. How
I
funny
didn't
that
even
we've never
realise that.
encountered that before. How excellent! Okay, yeah.
My speed is greater than 30 feet. My speed is 40 feet, so I should get that as well.
Oh yeah,
You should get a
I'm
+4.
happy. If that's what it
Which means I
says.
didn't
That's
even
what it
need to
says.
roll.
Yeah,
Christ.
yeah, cool. Yeah,
Pop flies through the air,
Yes.
using his boots of springing and striding as well to boost.
Oh,
his
excellent.
jump.
Right, Galaric.
Galaric
you, mate.
starting
In
to
your nice
sweat.
shiny new armour. Your nice shiny new heavy armour.
Galaric, do you mind if I just take my armor off, jump over it, and put it back on again?
You see,
Okay.
Galaric, that there is a shorter distance to reach if you were to jump to one of those rocks that sort of are almost like great stepping stones there. You could maybe jump from one to the other. It would be 2 slightly lower jump checks rather than the one more difficult one.
But like
Well-
I said, I am reaching across with the haft of my axe.
And
holding
Fleece can
my
help
end
you
of
with
it,
the
so-
second, yeah.
and it
So
is-
I
it is
just
a
need to make,
big-
if I do a 20, because I've got 20-foot speed.
I was saying subtract 6 from your jump.
Yep, yes I do, because of my armor. So what's the DC for the
15.
closer one? 15,
Are you able to do that?
potentially. There's only one way to find out.
You're going to have to toss him, please.
Just jump towards the axe, grab the axe,
no!
and I'll pull you up.
Just shy of it, Galaric, you slam hard against the rock and start sliding into the water. You can make a reflex saving throw to hold yourself onto the rock without sliding in. Same DC, 15. You find that the water
grab
begins
him.
slipping over your shoulders and then over your head, Galaric, as you sink into the water.
With his bucket helm on as
Yeah.
well.
Your new armour soaking you and dragging you beneath the water. You can make a swim check to bring yourself closer to where Fleece is, and then that will be either a climb.
What's the swim check, DC?
Oh God! Well,
dear.
please remember, of course, that you have the armour check penalty.
Yep,
You
it's
have to
doubled.
walk
in
along the
water.
bottom.
So
It's doubled in water.
yeah, you'll pretty much go to the bottom because it. Oh, it doesn't say. It just gives. It hasn't given me. It's in the armor thing that will tell you. You should know your. Okay, I've got.
I know the penalty. I just
Okay.
need what the DC is.
Okay, so the swim check is calm water. Okay. So calm water swim DC is 10. Apparently.
It's doable, but not
chance.
with a -8.
Fleece and
What
Pop,
is
you
this?
watch
Why
as
can you not grab my
Galaric
axe?
just disappears into the water. What do you both do?
Fleece will jump in.
Whoa.
Fleece
Okay.
jumps
I
into
can make
the
an
water.
illusion of him swimming.
You
Fleece will
jump
swim
in,
to him and
Fleece.
help him swim to the surface.
Yeah. So you are able to just help him to the water to the edge. You can both do a climb or a jump to get out together.
Right.
It's the same for me, so thematically, let's say a climb.
Well, I'll use jump because it's one
Again,
higher.
DC 15 because it's any surface with adequate handholds that like this. So yeah, but
Cool.
you've
Can
rolled
I?
that.
Because
So.
I've got him. Will you allow like?
God.
Can I do a swim check to stop him sinking? So that I
Yeah,
can
he's
add-
at the wall, so you're basically on the wall. You're now just trying to climb out, so he's not going to sink but any further. But you still need to get out. And Galaric has tried and isn't able to. So you're just still floundering together in the water.
I can't swim.
So I'm going to use. Well, it's got to be climb, hasn't it? I wouldn't be able to jump out of the water. I'm not a dolphin.
You can aid Galaric, Felice, so that Galaric can make the
so
check
I'm going to
without.
hold and use my climb to sort of try and lift him up a little
Great
bit.
idea. Yeah. Okay.
Fucking rolled a 2. 17.
That's
though,
fine.
so,
The DC was
I mean,
15. Galaric, you're able to pull yourself with Felice's help out of the water and
Oh, no.
lie gasping at the top of the 10-foot climb after great effort.
You
Once
see
again,
Pop
foiled
sitting
by
on
a
the edge
small
with his
gap.
legs dangling over, smoking his pipe. What took you so long?
It's the weakness of every party we do. We have a small gap.
For context, if you'd like to go back to the next campaign and watch the episode, I think it's called like 10 steps from death or something, which was the whole encounter was just getting over a small gap in the floor.
It's only about
And then
5
back
feet
again.
one
And then back
step.
again, yeah, oh my god.
There was also in Castrasar, Bracken, unable to jump over a small bit of sewage.
Yeah,
and
just
ran
into the sewage, yeah.
instead.
Very good.
Fleece will now climb out himself.
Yes, do a climb check, DC 15.
18. And we rolled one better.
Yeah, with great effort, you're all able to pull out of the water, and panting and gasping, you are at the top of the climb.
Let us never speak of this again, Fleece.
I think this is probably a very good idea.
See that there is that open blasted hole in the side of the wall, and Pop, you've been able to look at this whilst you've not been watching these two in their mischief in the water. You see that beyond that, night has fallen, and there is a very cold breeze coming through that gap, and you see 2 sickle moons hanging in the sky. But what's really peculiar is that sort of like a veil across the night sky, it's almost like you can see like a great dark hand upon the horizon rising into the air.
Pop will look at it. Just clouds or something.
Yes.
Presumably we can exit through that gap.
Yeah, that appears to be the exit. that you see that there was a staircase that would have led you to the top of the tower when it existed. That would have led to the top of the observatory. But that is no longer an option. This is the only way out.
Pop. I think I have a thought. I believe the biggest danger that we face is being attacked by things that survived. Perhaps now would be the moment to use the Horizon Lens to see where Elder Maxim and
Chlorocar,
that's the one. Chlorocar. Not. I was just thinking of a cloaca, which is
very different.
which is a very different thing. It's like that's all that's coming into my mind.
Sort
the
of
dragon.
like. Yeah.
Just so that we know if A, they've survived, and B, where they are, so that they cannot attack us without us knowing if we are going out into
fine
the open.
idea, please. Very fine indeed. Let me take out this Horizon Lens and see what we may see.
You do so, Pop, and you are a little alarmed to see that the surface of the lens continues to ripple as if disturbed water is still trying to clear from the great impact. A voice speaks to the three of you. If you would look upon me, you must wait until the day the power spent is gone.
It appears our use of the Horizon Lens has had an effect we didn't anticipate.
Do you ever use magic device, Pop?
I do have used magic device.
Yeah, give us a use magic device roll.
8.
You're not sure, but the lens could be asked, perhaps. It does seem to have a voice of its own, if there was questions you had of its power.
Yes. That is a good idea.
Yeah. Dear Lens, Spirit of the Lens, do tell us when we may look on your shiny surface once more.
I am no spirit. This is what I am. If you would look to use my power again, you must wait for the spell's power to be dissipated. You think, and the disintegration spell is an immensely powerful spell. Go a level 6 spell. 6 days must pass until you are able to project a spell through the lens or look through the lens anymore.
Fuck off! That wasn't on the advertisement.
You never knew. You don't know. You just knew that you could put spells through it and look at the things.
True.
But yeah.
In which case, we
Toss
should
it into
take...
the fire. Useless.
Fuck it. It's done.
You what we needed to. Fuck it.
In which case, we should take more mundane routes to prevent our discovery. And by mundane, I do, of course, mean magical. And he's going to cast Sphere of Invisibility or Invisibility Sphere.
Very good shout. Yes.
Cool.
But we must move fast.
Yes. I agree. We must get away from here.
Okay. You look out of the gap and then pass through then, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
You make your way out and you find that you are standing upon a precipice. The precipice, of course, where the base of the tower is. And below you see the Great Falls. But upon the Great Falls, you see something great has fallen upon it. Alarmingly, the great husk of the Vanquisher can be seen. The
Sticking out over the edge.
vessel, blasted in half, still maintains half of its integrity, but it is shrouded by flames. A great pillar of rock against one of its 2 remaining engines is preventing the Vanquisher from going over the Great Falls. The falls that, as I said, fall at least 2 miles down into the great mists, into the canyon of water that flows, that river that you use to guide your path north. Galaric, give me a will save, please.
Yeah. Give me a sec. 14.
You can't help but have that feeling of deja vu once again. And it's almost like you hear a voice that is attempting to speak to you, and even if you attempt to push it out, you aren't able to, because that isn't a high enough save. You could recover more than one great artifact of the world.
Galaric's not making any effort to hide the fact that he's kind of just like...
Galaric, are you okay?
Everything okay, Galaric?
We have a headache.
I don't know if it's a memory or I'm hearing things or I've just gone mad. But you could pop down.
Pop down where?
The crystals. Or crystal, or however many are in there.
Would be foolish to let them fall into enemy here, wouldn't it?
And this is to stop them from getting the crystals and rebuilding the Vanquisher, yes? Not for our own personal gains.
I have no use for hovering above the floor when I can just simply lie upon it.
Alright, let us go and retrieve these crystals.
Okay.
Oh.
In your invisible state, you each move towards the edge, and there is a sort of like a rocky climb to a gap that you can see, a 5-foot gap that is on the very brink of the falls. That would be the closest point for you to jump from there onto the Vanquisher.
Oh,
the jump
no.
DC would be easier if you were to jump from a higher position, because you would then be able to run and do the jump, but you would be closer if you climbed down, because then you would be 5 feet away rather than the 10, which is the top of the gap there. So that's sort of a decision that you can make if that is what you want to do.
Galaric, do you think that it is possible for you to actually clear this gap?
Let me have some thought.
Without going over the falls?
Potentially.
Not
Importantly, without dying.
Roughly, easier DC higher up, but you'd possibly take a bit of damage. Is that kind of the implication?
Well, with a good enough check, you wouldn't even take the damage. But it's a standing jump versus a running jump. But the running jump is further.
So possibly easier for running. I will take the running jump.
Okay.
But before I do, I'm going to quaff my potion of heroism.
Okay.
Which will give me +2 to pretty much everything, including skills.
Very good.
So attack roll, saves, and skill checks. Let me just put that onto my automatic table.
I sort of feel like maybe this is a good idea, actually.
Um,
Given that we are going out onto this ship that could plummet, I'm going to take the potion as well.
Yeah, you take your potion of heroism as well.
What would be the jump DC?
So assuming
with a running jump?
20-foot running jump, which you have, the jump DC is... It doesn't go that far. How weird. It would be 12.
I'm going to shout down to Fleece. Fleece, prepare to catch me. As I then back up, feeling quite heroic, I run and utterly, my ankle goes like, oh, that's Galeric then. Oh.
Your leg just goes from under you as you roll a 1 on the die, and Galeric, you hurtle over the edge. You fully bracket it. You just run off the edge.
You bracket.
There's no attempt for any jump whatsoever. You just fall. You fall, Galeric, and as it rushes towards you, because you are going straight to the edge of the water, you have a reflex save to stop yourself, to catch anything as you plunge.
Do anything to help him.
Let's see what I do.
So, Galeric, please make a reflex saving throw.
12. Oh dear.
That isn't going to be enough, I'm afraid. So you plunge. Fleece, you're in the same square. You will also have one thing to do to try and stop him from falling into the water.
How is your reflex +7? That's amazing.
Charisma plus heroism.
Paladin stuff.
Yeah, paladin stuff, isn't it? Yeah, of course. Beautiful.
There goes
what can I...
hero.
Well, this is it. I didn't want to force your hand, but like you said, can I just? And I thought you were going to say some kind of idea, so I was leaving you space to say, can I do?
I just want to catch him.
Yeah.
I
I guess it would be a reflex
It
again.
comes down to a reflex.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it, but I think it will be.
All right, I'm going to try for... It's all I can do. I literally, he's already jumping, so all I can do is try and reflex. It's not strength, is it? So, with heroism...
Oh my god, yeah. Galeric, you're falling, and all of a sudden, a great ice blue hand reaches out and grabs hold of you, pulls you back onto the rock face.
Look at us. I grabbed the back of his armour, and he's just looking down over the falls.
Your stomach is in your mouth, your heart is in your brain, Galeric. Like, such was the horror that just filled you as the ground vanished beneath you, and the biggest waterfall you've ever seen nearly ate you. You are both...
At least my ankle gave way.
Both just tottering on the edge.
Galeric.
Yes?
Maybe try again. And don't do whatever it was you just did.
Could you toss me from here?
Throw you if you would like, but I don't really like the pressure of this.
Well, what if you throw me whilst I springboard off the cliff face, and I kind of jump and you sort of toss
assistance?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So I give him a bit of a leg up. There.
Yes, and
so
I'm
jumping, and I'm giving you a leg up.
Okay, yeah.
So if this doesn't work, Fleece.
So hang on, what are you doing? Are you trying to get Galeric over the ledge still? Is that what you're doing?
Over the gap. Over the
gap.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
So he's going to do essentially a standing jump now. I'm going to step off to the side if I can move. Not that side.
Yeah.
I'm going to step off to the side. I put my hands together under one of his feet, right? And I stand with my back to where he's going, and I go and throw him over my shoulder while he jumps.
Okay, so what I'm going to say is then you can make a strength check, Fleece, and Galeric, you can do a jump check, and we will combine them.
Well, my jump check with her
yours is a skill, and mine is a straight strength here.
That's fine.
Oh no!
Oh,
I rolled a
15.
1.
You are fine. Fleece, you serve, thankfully, is still just... and that isn't a skill, is it? Well, that was just...
It's not a skill,
It's just
no.
a check, isn't it? It's fine. Galaric, with the 15, you were able to get over with Felice's aid of +7, and you just land heavy, bam, on the sort of thin wing of the Vanquisher. You hear the groan of metal and hull beneath you as you land, but it doesn't move at all. You just hear that sound.
As I back up, I will say to the two of them, that never happened, okay?
There is a lot of things today that
I'll
are
take
not
the jump.
happening.
I don't know what you're talking about,
There we
Felice.
are. We'll zoom in a
Fleece
bit there.
takes his jump, but doesn't really need to roll because the DC for the standing jump, I
Yeah,
think, is...
that's fine. Felice is able to jump over and pop with it. Was that your jump, 24?
Yeah, that was my jump.
Amazing.
beautiful.
You each land dun, 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 on the side. I need to make a roll.
Are we too heavy?
Fleece and Gallery are definitely very heavy.
It's sudden, is what I'll say. You, as you land, your full concentration, of course, has been on this task. It doesn't matter what level you would be. In this scenario, you are very, very aware that you are on a precipice. But there is another sound. There is a... You can hear the great beat of wings, and then from on high, out of the sky, Chlorocar, the corrosive, lands heavy upon the Draconic's skull that's on the prow of the Vanquisher. Atop him rides Chapter General Maxim, who gives out a snort of anger. What have they done? What have they done? My prize! He listens to Chlorocar that gives some kind of strange, erring response in the Draconic tongue. Do any of you speak Draconic?
Yes.
Pop, you hear Chlorocar's acidic, boiling voice respond and say, Maxim, this is our chance. We may not have the vessel, but we can take what keeps it in the sky.
Pop will directly into Galaric and Fleece's minds translate in the way of a impassionate translator would on television programs. Maxim, we can do... I literally just translate.
There's that voice again. That voice is back in my head.
No, this one's me.
Did you
All
say
I can
that out
see-
loud, Galaric?
He was muttering more to himself.
Did you say that out loud?
Yes.
I call.
All I can see is that he has landed and the enormous cannon is pointed straight at his face, and I really wish we could do something with that. But
That is right, yes, the Vanquisher's primary weapon is trained directly forward, and while there are flames that lick across its massive barrel, it does seem to be mostly intact. But the dragon seems to shift as if it had heard something, but it looks around curiously, unable to see the source. You see Maxim just raise a gauntleted hand, like in a fist, and then carefully removes himself from Chlorocar's back. And lands upon the prow of the vessel.
I'm going to take another potion.
You take another potion.
It's my greater magic weapon +4 this time. Adding that bad boy.
Okay. Maxim is looking at the great vessel and he bemoans, he laments. It should have been mine. The sounds of devastation, the screams heard in every corner of this earth. Perhaps they would have been enough for my father of slaughter to hear my cry, to answer my plight. Why is he silent? Why does he not answer? Perhaps this is his plan. Perhaps, Cloricar, this was the way it was always meant to be. I will claim this prize. Those Dominion fools will pay for not bringing me this gift when they had the chance. And he steps forward, seemingly making his way up the deck of the ship. Cloricar remains where he is, perched like some ghastly green vulture, craning its extra long neck around.
Galaric will very quickly, in a hushed tone, say this to Poppin Fleece. I'll keep him distracted. You get the crystals. And then Galaric will pop out. Going, not so fast. It looks like we meet again.
Oh my god.
Maxim.
The your challenge can be heard over the roaring of the falls, over the coursing flames, and Maxim stops and then turns, his vicious, vile grin dripping with satisfaction. He will say, "How good of you to reveal yourself before striking from the shadows like a coward."
You deserve to know your vanquisher. Not the one burning beneath your feet, but this glaive, this hedge knight, who shall floor you and send you over the cusp of this waterfall. Me alone. Just me. No one else.
He gets worse. He's such an idiot. I love him, but he's a moron.
Oh my god.
There have been many tales that have been spun among the ranks of those that follow Erythnol since your last ambush against me, appearing from nothing. Ghosts, spectres. But I see you for what you are, knight. I see you are a deluded challenger upon the brink, and he gestures to the falls. Let us see who vanquishes who.
As we do this,
I'm going to take one more potion.
Galaric will lift his glaive. Because he remembers last time it was mostly him versus Maxim. And he'll say, "This is between you and me, Maxim. Cloricar stays there."
Is that a challenge that he has to adhere to?
No. Because it's asking the dragon not to partake, and that's not a factor.
It's the opposite of your challenge.
Pretty much. It's... I suppose the closest would be either like an intimidate or a diplomacy. So I'll make it as an intimidate check.
Yeah, you can give me an intimidate check, absolutely, yeah.
Because I actually have a few decent ranks in that.
Yeah.
I'm keeping all of my good rolls for later.
Whether there was enough power behind your intent and words to shake the soul of any, it is not for the chapter general. He swings his scaly tail behind him, his half draconic features assessing you and looking around. Your words, they lack conviction, knight, but I shall humour you. And he reaches over his back, and bubbling behind him, he draws forth a great sword that gleams, sickly and acidic. Reflux is its name. And he whirls it before himself. I shall battle you, doomed man from a lost time. And Chloricar will find your friends. And that is where we're going to take a very short break, and then when we come back, we're going to be rolling initiative as our company once again face Chapter General Maxim and Chloricar the Corrosive. We will be right back after these short messages. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in a sec. Galaric, you look as Maxim just surveys you up and down. Reflux just in his hand, and lazily holds it by his side as he begins to move towards you, as he goes first. And he opens his jaws wide, and a 60-foot cone of his breath weapon comes blasting out at you. Let me just check. I'm pretty sure just his normal breath weapon.
60 foot. It would have got us anywhere.
There was no way. While we're stood on that wing, there's no way we would have avoided that. Right?
No.
I mean, whether he doesn't know you're there, but he would open battle as he had done previously, as it had been affected the last time. He opens his mouth, and a blast of acid breath comes rolling towards you. Can you all please make a reflex saving throw?
Reflex saving throw.
23.
19.
30.
You all fail. Can you all please well, hang on a second, I've got to do some damage. Just so you're aware, for high dice rolls, I'm going to be using a dice roller that I have at my side. 21 points of acid damage comes exploding towards all of you. As each of you failed, you all just take the full amount.
I take 1.
Okay?
I take all of it.
And as that happens, entangling power comes wreathing out towards all of you, seizing hold of any who stand within its power. So for all, in terms of effects, you are all entangled. As the spell, as this magical power emanates about you all.
Do we have any saves for that?
You had the reflex saving throw, yeah, and you failed that,
Oh,
so
that was
you've
the
now been
reflex
entangled by
right, yeah.
You also take some damage because of it, but he has to lower his damage when he uses one of his breath effects, as the Dragonfire Adepts must do. So that is his turn. He blasts out this ensnaring power, and it goes around you, Galaric, and Pop and Fleece too, though you are not revealed in invisibility because you still haven't done anything. And as he does, he just begins laughing maniacally. With a single beat of his wings, Chlorokar is going to take to the skies, as it is now his turn. And he is going to... he's going to do a listen check to see if he can hear you moving around at all. He almost looks like he's holding his action, it seems, as he beats his wings, surveying the area around the challenged area that Galaric has drawn in front of himself with Maxim. That is Chlorokar's turn. Pop, you watch as this wave of acid comes rolling towards all of you and once again ensnares all of you. What do you do?
Well, I have to use all of my spells. I'll cast Freedom of Movement on myself.
Very good, yeah. So, with that,
Nice
Pop,
move.
you feel the entangulations fall away from you as you're able to move without limits now.
And then I will move to next to Fleece, moving silently.
You casting, you're able to do that. That doesn't drop your invisibility, does it? By casting that spell.
It's not offensive casting, no.
Cool, that's fine. Yep. So you move up then.
And I can do it silently as well.
Oh yeah, I knew that bit.
Yeah. Do you want me to roll move silently?
Yeah, please do move silently. I've just rolled a listen, so
26.
to your mind, the dragon is surveying, but does not appear to be zoned in on you, Pop.
And that's all I can do.
Okay, so Pop, as you begin to move across the Finwing, we now move our vision to Fleece. Once again, you find yourself in the infuriating bonds of an entangle. So there is either an escape artist check or a strength check.
Fleece will do neither of those. He will take a breath, remain calm, and quaff a bold strength potion. Yay.
Okay, that's, as we've discussed before, you can do that with your movement. Oh wait, hang on, it's a full round action to do the strength check, isn't it?
Yeah, so he's not gonna. Obviously, he can't do that and try and escape. So
Yeah.
he will quaff a bull strength potion, which adds a +2 to his strength, and really sure there is much else he can do. So he will. I mean, I think he can probably just enter total defense still, standing still. I don't think it'll make any difference because he's invisible anyway, but that's going to be his turn.
Yeah,
Just gonna
very
hope
good.
that there's
Very good.
some way out of this next time.
So yeah, you drink that potion, you remain invisible, and also see that Chlorokar is obviously surveying to see if he can find where you might be, assuming that you're here. They assume you are. Our vision then moves to Galaric. Galaric, this ensnaring acidic power is holding you still. What do you do?
Well, likewise, Galaric's not necessarily going to attempt to break free. Instead, as a swift action, he will use his last night's challenge as he points his glaive at Maxim, just a knowing with the this is your end. And then as a movement, he will quaff the Eagle's Splendor Potion, which pumps his charisma, which would be nice earlier for my saves, but that is all fine. These things do happen. And then he will drop into a Holy Fury, making him good aligned, his weapon good aligned, if that affects any damage reduction, and immune to fear, in case the dragon decides to come close enough to affect him.
Oh, of course. I'm so sorry, I didn't ask. Well, when we get to his turn...
I will say, because I wasn't moving, I would have lost that anyway. So if he did make me,
That's
I'd
fine.
Be immune to it.
I didn't say it, so we will worry about that next round. But yeah, that will be coming. Okay. So Galaric, you effectively bolster yourself. Now, as you're all ensnared, I'm just entangled. Sorry, I'll just save this just so you know what effects you're under if you haven't looked it up already. So when you're entangled, it impedes movement, but you're not entirely prevent you from moving. Let's see. Oh, never mind. An entangled creature moves at half speed, cannot run or charge, and takes a -2 penalty on all attack rolls. A -4 penalty to dexterity. An entangled character who attempts to cast a spell must make a concentration check as well.
Entangled creatures can't move. Entangled creatures are stuck fast.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. This doesn't
speed.
look right. This doesn't look right. I was just looking at to see what the penalty was on your armor class. -4 to dex,
yeah.
we'll say. So, I'm just going to say it'll attack you as if you were flat-footed, I suppose. Right, anyway, we're back to the top of the round. Maxim's turn. And he is with a stride. Yeah, with a stride. He is going to enter your threat range and provoke an attack of opportunity, Galaric.
Of which Galaric will take.
So he just starts moving towards you and he swings at you, but you're ready. Make your attack of opportunity.
This comes with a -2, did you say?
A -2 penalty on all attack rolls. Yes.
Cool. Bosh. 27 to hit.
Is a hit. Yeah, you swing and you strike him with your attack of opportunity.
That's the first attack of the round. It means the Fire of Nessus for both almost max and minimum for 15 points of damage.
Ah! He yells as you strike at him. What's it like as you strike at him? Where do you get him?
Galaric shifts one of his arms free, giving him good leverage, and as he strides towards Galaric, he kind of drives the glaive down and up, cutting I don't imagine it's actual entanglement, it's more the effect of it, but just kind of cutting almost up through some of the decking and then slicing up into a part of his chest.
Yes, very good. But with that, he responds with his actual attack now. He did move more than 5 feet, so he just gets the 1. He swings the great sword at you for armor class.
So we're taking a -4 to dex.
-4 to dex, that's right.
So that would put me at... I'm designating him as my shield block, so it puts me at 23.
That is a miss. He swings the blade at you, but you defend yourself. How do you do so, Galaric?
Or, as he's swinging up with the glaive, he uses the momentum, keeping the glaive up, that as he brings him down, he kind of threatens him with the butt of the glaive, giving enough time for the shield to spin around and intercept.
And that's amazing. As that strike clangs, our vision swoops up to Clorikar, who now beats his wings, and he gives out a devastating roar across the field. You're all within the 180-foot radius of his frightful presence, and it only now takes effect. Can you all please make a will save?
I'm immune to fear.
Ah, you are immune to fear, so you do not roll then. In that case, Galaric, you are stalwart in the face of the roar.
I think Matt's immune to fear as well. Didn't he take a heroism potion as well?
I took heroism. Does that make you immune to fear?
I don't know. I don't think it does.
17 anyway for Pop.
I'm saying no, it just gives you a bonus.
It
You
gives
got
you
me
a
all
bonus.
excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 12.
Okay. So Pop, you got 17. Fleece got 12. Galaric, did you roll it?
I don't
Oh no,
need
you
to.
didn't. Yeah, sorry. So the roar ripples across the battlefield. Pop and Fleece, you are both shaken as you fail the save. So that's a -2 to attacks, checks, and the like.
It's balanced out the heroism potion.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. And he's giving sort of like that as a sort of like a roar in challenge. He wants you to reveal yourself, not wanting to commit himself just yet. He wants to wait and see if you will make yourself known. The dragon is old and the dragon is patient. That's its turn. Pop.
Is he still in front of the gun? Or is he?
So he is in front of the gun. He is not directly in line with the barrel. He was when he landed on the skull. He had the height that he would be in line with it when he lands on that skull. That's right. The barrel, you know, or at least suspect it can be moved within reason, but at the moment it just is pointing directly ahead.
That's cool. Pop will begin another silent casting as he is invisible within the confines of the entangling breath, and he will cast solid fog around Clorica.
Oh,
so
nice.
20-foot radius in the 3 dimensions.
Such a good spell.
Of solid fog obscures his vision and restricts his movement.
Okay, does he get a save of any kind?
He does not get a save, kind. He's just encased in it.
Okay, so he's in the sky, encased in it.
Yeah, and he can move up to 5 feet. So his
Okay.
the solid fog is so thick that any creature attempting to move through it progresses at a speed of 5 feet, regardless of its normal speed.
Okay, and the
And it prevents
radius.
effective ranged attacks.
I remember this now. Yes. So the radius of that is what? Sorry.
20 feet.
Would you mind drawing that around Chlorocar, please, just so you can work that out whilst you're doing that? But is there anything else that you do on your turn before you do that?
Not yet, no.
Okay. So you reach up out of invisibility, and you bring about this fog upon Chlorocar, and he gives this screaming howl. This is targeted around him, yes, not on him.
Correct.
Okay. So, yeah, you just see the beating of wings amidst this fog as he vanishes from sight. Okay. So, with that said, that was Pop's turn. Fleece, it's your turn.
Reminded why I find this sort of thing so frustrating. Shaken doesn't just affect attacks, it affects skill checks and ability checks, which means that my strength that I've just boosted with everything is now lowered by 2. That's like 4, isn't it?
Two's
It
like
lowers
4,
your
sort of.
modifier by 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
It takes a massive spell to boost it by 4. Right, he'll enter a rage.
Oh, so I think the check is -2. It's not reducing your strength. It's just -2, right?
Yeah, but it's -2 on a strength check, which is what I need to get out
Right. I
of
see
the...
what you mean. Yeah. No. I see what you mean. I'm just clarifying. Yeah. So yeah, you do feel a bit gripped by this effect, but
So my strength within rage had been put up to 9,
okay.
but is now back down to 7. lower than my standard rage. So, what was the? Do I know the DC?
Yeah, it's so the DC is 20, so you've got to get higher than 20.
Boom.
And yet, fortune smiles. Felice, what is it like as from... You're still invisible, of course, but from invisibility, you tear yourself out of the entangulation immediately.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's dropped into rage. He's trying to remain silent. So really, he lays the axe down gently and grabs one thing and rips it off of one foot with that foot clear. He picks up the axe again and uses the leverage of that one free leg to just free the other foot, and he's just freestanding, ready to go. But that is a full round action.
Full round action, that's right. So, with that, that was Fleece's turn. Our vision now moves to Galaric. Maxim is just trying to wail on you whilst you're entangled, swinging that greatsword against your defences again and again. Tang, tang, tang. What do you do?
Because my shield's animated, in my offhand, I will keep my glaive, but I will now, as a move action, draw Sky Snap. Because I'd rather defend myself entangled than waste a turn doing nothing. And then, as it crackles out from its sheath, for some reason, that's correct, that is not correct.
Okay.
There we go. So it was the wrong stats on my thing. I will go for one attack with Sky Snap.
Yeah.
And this comes with the -2. So it's exactly the same.
Yep.
If it would a hit roll. There we go. 16.
Sky Snap snaps from its scabbard and clashes, and it is met by reflux. The two magic swords dance as they meet each other.
That's it.
We are back to the top of the round. As he catches Sky Snap with his blade, he's going to draw it aside, and he's going to open his mouth once again as he tries to throw your blade from his direction. And he opens his mouth once again, like I say. Just bringing this up. Does that reach you, I wonder? Definitely gets you, Galaric.
Yep.
Just gets you two as well. Can you all please make a will save for me, please?
If this is a death effect of some sort?
It is not a death effect. It is transmutation.
20.
With a plus 15, I get 2 on the die.
Yeah.
So I'm on -2 again for being shaken. Saving throws, yeah.
That's right.
But I was on +2 with heroism, so
That's
we
right.
just do basic.
Yep.
14.
The rippling effects of slow fall upon all of you as you are slowed. You are slowed for, well, a number of rounds.
Just act in
You had the drop on him. You had the drop on him.
Every time. No, we did.
You two did.
How did did we have a drop? We rolled initiative. That's not the drop.
Well, I didn't decide to go and talk to him, did I? That was
No.
Galaric's choice.
But not all of us, only me.
Okay, so the slow effect falls upon all three of you. You are all slowed. And that is his turn. So with slow, as I'm sure you will recall, you can only take single move action or standard action each turn. You also take a -1 on attack rolls, armor class, and reflex saves. A slow creature moves at half its normal speed, and that also affects jumping and things like that. That's his turn. Chlorokar is going to move. So how far can Chlorokar move again, Pop?
5 feet.
And that's it. It doesn't matter what his movement speed is. It's just 5 feet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just 5 feet.
So he is going to start trying to move out of the fog. And we'll do so defensively. Well, he can't really say defensively, can he? He's just going to go in a direction. So he will go 5 feet that way. You hear the anguish, screaming, acidic roar of Chlorokar as he is trying to pull himself out of oil, out of treacle. So he can only move 5 feet. Can he do anything else?
He can do anything else he wants.
But it's just
he also
moving.
can't see.
Okay. He's going to do that, and I'm going to see quickly what level this is. I think it's level 3, but I wanted to check. It is level 3. Okay. What's your caster level, Pop?
My caster level.
It's just your level, isn't it? It's your level.
Yeah, so it's 8.
Yep. So 11 plus the spellcaster's level. That's what he needs to beat for what he's going to do. So 11 plus 8, 19. You hear some fell draconic words pierce the sky, Pop, as Chlorokar calls upon old dragon magic to try and dispel the effect around him. But he fails.
Good.
His power reaches out to try and find its source, to cut it off, and he is unable to. That is his turn. It is now Pop, your turn.
With my one action this turn, I cast haste on us all.
Hey!
So, reversing the effects of slow, haste is upon you all, so you are as normal. And move at normal speed. Cancelling the effect. And that's your full turn, Pop.
Assuming I can't act after casting that. Action to cast it.
I'll let you move.
Oh, cool. Ready something else. Do I know where the controls to this gun are?
You don't know where the controls to this gun are, but you have had a look at this before. You have seen the ship before. You can give me a use magic device check.
Sure. 10.
You imagine on the base of the massive magical device, the controls must be somewhere, but you're going to it'll require closer checks than what you're able to manage here on this wing.
Oh, that should have been 8 actually, because I'm -2 to
Okay.
checks.
Same answer. Yeah, you're just not sure. You'll have to investigate further to know.
I will run up here and get closer to inspect it. And that is my turn.
Very good. Yeah, so Pop, you rush over there. Now, with you rushing over there, does the invisibility remain on Fleece?
It would not remain on Fleece now.
Okay.
Sadly.
So Fleece is revealed
with me, I
in
guess.
this as well. That's fine. No, I just needed to ask. But Pop, you remain clothed in invisibility as you rush in that direction. And up those stairs, you see what looks to be a number of different panels that you might be able to access.
Did you do double movement to get up there?
No, I've got an extra 30
Expeditious retreat still on, yeah? Is that right? Is that what
Oh,
did it?
nice.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out my own movement speed now.
You should be able to move at normal speed because you've broken the entangle and you're not slowed, so you should just be able to move normally now. And with that said, it is now your turn, Fleece. So, revealed, but your turn, what do you do?
Can I charge from here?
It's not a
moving
straight
normal speed.
line, technically. This wing is attached to like a metal pipe thing and then a short wall, so it's not like a straight run. Unfortunately not. There are obstacles in the way. Not an obstacle that would require a check, but obstacle enough that it isn't clear terrain, if that makes sense.
That's fine. I'm trying to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. I'm just trying to figure out the best way to do this so I can get into here. But I can't get behind... Well, I can get into here, actually.
Yeah.
But I can't get behind him because then he would get an attack of opportunity because I'd be moving through his threat range. I think. So I will move to there. Now I'm trying to figure out my numbers because so it's -2 from that, which I'd written down in the first place. As, oh you mother... Sorry, every time I leave the page, it decides it wants to close my character sheet. There we go. So, move in, and I will go for... Let's try his touch armor class. I mean, why not, you know?
Yeah.
It would make things easier for both of us, so we'll give it a go. So, -2, so... 28 on his touch armor class.
Yeah, you hit his touch armor class, so you reach out and are able to touch him. You're doing a trip, yes?
I certainly am. So this will be... and then I think that's counted as a...
And you have improved trip, isn't that right?
Yeah.
Yep, so that does not provoke an
do have
attack
improved
opportunity.
trip.
Yep, so you just are able
I
to
am
move
a
in.
size category larger than him, technically, and
You are.
I have all my bonuses and my numbers, so it should be 31.
Maths. What is it like, Fleece, as you rush up and just take Maxim's legs just from beneath him. You trip him successfully.
Nice. I think he's running down by the side of him in this sort of direction. So I think that he's going down and he just takes the leg out as he's running past, and then we'll do a sideways overhead attack as the follow-up attack.
He hits the deck and the axe falls.
So with rage, with everything.
+4 because he's prone.
And +4 because he's prone. Which would make it that, and I will take... Let's take off not 265. That would be mental. I will take off 5 for a power attack.
Okay.
Leaving me with 32.
Yes.
On the floor.
Yep, you swing his legs out from beneath him and then deliver a crushing blow with the axe. You do feel a bit of resistance as you strike at him, but still, excellent form. Roll your damage.
Okay, that is... Again, potions and bonuses add to that, so... 41 points of damage.
Okay.
Yes, 41 points of damage. And that's that.
Very good. Okay. Yeah, he is completely surprised by this. Falling to the ground, you then deliver a crushing strike on top of him. He gives a hissing howl.
It counts as magic damage just because of the magic weapon, not a great.
Oh, of course it does.
Just
of course it does. Yes. So in that case, no resistance. Please, no resistance to that strike. Yeah, the strike is true, and yeah, he does not feel happy about that at all. Felice, that was your turn. Our vision moves to Galeric. Felice has joined you and has knocked Max into the ground. What do you do?
Again, I'm not going to break out of Entangle. I don't want to waste his turn. I'll just take the -2. And... Yes, just go for a full round on him. The first attack will be a Furious Strike.
Yeah, you get +4, remember, because he's prone.
Yes.
Yep.
Fury. So attack 1. Possibly a fumble with a +20.
Oh my god.
Is your roll 20 broken?
Today, yes. 22.
That is a fumble.
Jesus
Get your ankle
Christ.
brace out.
Bonus.
That's with a +20.
Every week. I swear, Galeric fumble.
And the heroism and everything.
Yep.
That is +20, of course it is. Yeah. How?
Yeah.
You
Jumping
still...
across
That
everything.
is so harsh, dude. That is so unlucky. I'm so sorry for you, man. That sucks.
That's okay.
There can be no...
Not the ankle.
56.
It's around that number. It fucking is.
That's in the 90s. That was in the 90s.
Okay, 56.
Things were just
I
starting
seem
to
to
go
recall
okay.
quite a lot of the fumble table was about falling over.
Please roll a DC 20 strength check.
Oh no!
Don't throw your weapon.
Don't throw your weapon over the fall.
23.
Yeah, you succeed. You do not fail the strength check, so you swing as hard as your might may allow, and your strength does not accidentally hurl your weapon 3d6 feet away. So that could have been really bad. You managed to hold on to your attacks, however, it's a fumble, so that just negates your turn, unfortunately, Galeric. As you swing and you whip, you swing wildly, and you just ultimately project what you're going to do with your attack, and he is able to roll
I'm not
aside.
an attacker. I'm a defender.
Yeah, seemingly. So yeah, that's a miss from you, very, very sadly. We are back to the top of the round. Maxim will provoke 2 attacks of opportunity from Fleece and Galaric.
Check out my ultimate fumble.
Top of the round.
Still got your +4s as he's standing.
Yes. I'm not going to do a
35.
power attack because this is a new round and I don't have to on this go.
35 is a hit, Galaric.
I wish I'd done a power attack.
Technically...
It's a new round. It's a new round.
Fair enough, yeah.
But that is
That
a
is a
critical
critical
success, Fleece, as Maxim rises up hissing, hoping to make good on Galaric's miss. Both of you drive your attacks back down on him. Both of you hit. Galaric, do your damage first, please, as you struck first.
Yeah, I've separated the fire from Nessus damage at the end, just in case you need it. 16 in total from Sky Snap.
Okay.
Show us how it's meant to be done, Fleece.
So roll a D100
Shame I
first
didn't
of
do a
all.
power attack.
Do a D100, please.
Yes, of course. The D100. 46.
Multiplier.
I believe that is... I'm just totaling something, bear with me. Okay, yeah, so that, I believe, is... I just wanted to make sure. Here we are. Yeah, critical multiplier +1.
Okay, so that means I just add an extra...
Yeah.
Okie dokie. 123 points of damage.
He is rising as you strike at him, and you just cut deep into Maxim. And he's just stood there. Black, greenish blood just spills from his chest. And he is just rocked by that. He lives, however. But you can see, Fleece, that he will never be the same again after that strike. He's just like... like the ice axe has just carved him. You don't believe how insane that
Fleece
is.
just kind of indicates to his own scars from the last time and then looks him in the eye. In his new scars.
I need to Google something because he's provoked the attack of opportunity, which he's taken. And he stands. And I wanted to make sure that this is correct before I do it. That's not helpful that that's locked. Okay, he's going to keep the cone effect on his breath, but the effect changes once more as he stands, and he will point blank blast both of you with an effect you've not yet seen. This says as the spell, so let me bring up the spell.
Oh, is it spell-like?
No,
Because
it's
if
a
it-
breath weapon.
No, it's a breath weaponry.
No attack of opportunity.
Nope.
No, I don't think breath weapons.
Can you both make a will save, please?
Probably not.
One of
How
these
things
days
have
will
been
make a
going.
will save.
Yeah, I mean, it'll happen one day. No, in heaven, of course not.
25.
Oh?
It was. I don't think that's enough.
They get
from
put
earlier.
up, but then they get dragged back down again.
Fleece, you deliver the strike, and he falls back recoiling, and as he does, he opens his mouth, and a breath effect falls upon the pair of you. Fleece, you fail. Galaric, you succeed. Fleece, you are paralysed.
Oh, standard.
Okay. You're paralysed for 3 rounds.
However,
He is
due to the
stood.
freedom of movement, which is currently on him, paralysis has no effect.
Freedom of movement.
Did you
isn't
cast on him?
It's on you,
So
mate.
no, you didn't.
Oh no, I didn't. I cast it on myself. Apologies. No.
You're just rubbing it in, Dom.
Yeah.
I was about to say,
Again,
it's like,
you got my hopes up.
wishful thinking, but I'm afraid
It's because
not.
I intended to, and then you pulled yourself free.
You keep getting my hopes up.
He
trying there, man. That's very nice
used
of you.
his movement to stand, and it's half movement to stand. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, that is his turn. That's all he can do. He does that in a fully defensive manner. Paralyzes Fleece. Galaric, you resist. That's his turn. Chlorocar is going to move a further 5 feet with his turn. That's all he can do on his turn. Oh no, he's going to try and dispel it again. So it was 19 as I worked out last time. Pop, much just like that Maxim had displayed, Chlorocar begins feasting upon the magic surrounding him, and this time he is successful, and he is able to eat away the power of the solid fog as he dispels it, and takes on some temporary hit points from the power of it. What level is solid fog as a spell, do you know?
Level.
Okay. Great. Okay, yeah, that's his turn. He can do nothing else, but the fog is dissipated. Vroom! It's gone. And as it is gone, his eyes fall upon those that stand on the deck below. But that's all he can do. Pop, it is your turn. You rush across the deck of the Vanquisher. What do you do?
Seeing the solid fog being dispelled, Pop casts solid fog.
Are you in range?
Bit.
Yeah, it's pretty long range.
That's quite far. What's the range of it?
Solid fog,
100 and something
long
feet,
range,
I think.
120 feet, I think.
It's 100 feet plus 10 feet per level, so it's
Yeah,
like 180 feet.
Yeah, he's in range.
You want to move it though, mate.
I will move it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the fog vanishes and then whoom, gets put straight back on the dragon once again.
It should technically be 5 feet wider than that, Dom.
Should it? 5? Okay.
Yeah, because a radius spread means it's on one 5-foot square, and then you go 20 foot that way, and then 20 foot that way
I'll
from
do
the
it over
square.
half a square, and it's got to
So start on the
reaches
square
over
that
half
he's
square.
centered, and look, it goes out. So it goes out 20 feet that way, and it goes out 20 feet that way. So it should be to that square.
Well, I can't make it any bigger now. Why can you not just make things the right size on this? That's my question.
It is a bit of a thing, isn't it? So it should be significantly larger than you've made it, actually. Go back to there. Out to there.
Okay. Whilst you're doing that then, as I imagine that's all you can do on your turn, or you can move, I suppose.
Yeah, I'll move closer to the machine so I can take a closer look.
Yeah, you
Try
can
and
move
figure out how
closer
it
to get
works.
to the machine. Very good. Okay, that was Pop's turn. Fleece, it is your turn.
It's too long now, Pop.
You are
it's not my turn,
paralysed.
I'm gonna-
Yeah, we mark a thing off. So that was 1 of 3. Galaric, it is your turn. Maxim is looming next to you, blood pouring from him.
Yes, I mean, again, I don't know how long entangling lasts. I'm not going to risk losing a turn. I will instead just take the penalty when attacking.
Just clubber him. Mate.
There's not much I can do to help you at this point, Fleece, apart from just hitting.
I can kill him.
The first will be another furious strike. This time, I hope it's not so furious. I almost lose my weapon. 20.
Just parries the strike with reflux.
I say try again.
And the second attack,
Natural 20. Come on. I've had so many ones.
possibly a critical.
Possibly a critical.
23.
He is not under any effect of any kind, so that is just a hit.
Lovely. We'll take the hit. As that plus a bit of lightning and a bit of the fires of Nessa shoots up as well, with not so furious anger on the second attack. Oh, 2 1s. 11 points of damage. Galaric is not done well this session.
Okay, maths. Yeah, Galaric, you strike at Maxim, and as you strike at him, you definitely catch him as he swings reflux, and you look, and he's definitely aiming for Fleece with an automatic critical, since he is paralysed. He swings, but as he swings, you get to him first. Galaric, how'd you kill Maxim?
I mean, Fleece did the hard work there, breaking through the armour and crippling him. Galaric panicked, seeing Fleece about to get clobbered. Seeing a gap in his chest with like a vital organ exposed, Galaric lunges Sky Snap in. And as he does so, there's just this surge of electricity and the fires from Nessus erupting inside Maxim, cooking and singeing his organs.
He goes, and the black flames pour out of his mouth, pour out of his eyes. He just swings wildly once at you in devastation, in ruin. Swings wildly again, fires just burning inside him. And with one last pathetic jab at you to one knee, the next, and hits the ground. Ashen and defeated. Congratulations, Chapter General Maxim is slain. As you do that, Fleece, the paralytic effect upon you is immediately abated. You are free. And it is...
And entanglement?
And the entanglement, yeah, all of those breath effects, gone. The only thing that will remain is the shaking, because that was caused by the dragon. That was Galaric. Back to the top of the round with Maxim now slain. Chlorikar is going to continue his slow journey. 5. We're back to Pop. It is your turn.
Can I take another look at the machine?
Yes, you can. Now you're closer. It's going to be a bit easier, but you've still got to do a use magic device check to work out how to use the magic device.
I should have studied this more. 26.
Yeah, you
But
look
that should
at
be
this.
24.
You know how to operate the magic device. You know that it will take a round to prime, then you can make an attack with it. It will be a ranged attack with the weapon. It then takes another round to prime it again. That use magic device check, you prime it. Okay?
Yes, perfect.
Is there anything else you want to do? Because that's sort of like your action. You've got to move, and you can. Well, if you want to do anything with your movement, you might be able to take a potion if you wanted. What would you like to do?
I suppose I should probably take a potion. Yeah, that would make sense. I'll take a moderate wounds potion.
You take a moderate wounds potion. You feel that coursing through you as you receive 2d8 plus 10 healing.
Thank you for reminding me. I was just trying to work out if that was correct.
So 21 points of HP return to you as
Nice.
as that happens. And that is your turn, Pop.
Yeah.
Felice, it's your turn.
Fleece will do a double movement to reach this thing.
Yeah, you rush to the
So that
ballista.
he can attempt to aim at the flying drags. I don't know how the hell else we're going to fight something in the air, so that's my turn. Double move.
Yeah, very good. You get ready to shoot at him as you man the ballistae. If you like, Matt, because that's your turn, you can look up, because I did have it written somewhere on the Vanquisher stuff, but I can't, for some reason, can't see it. You can look up to see if there is a 3.5 ballista and tell me what the damage would be. It would just be a ranged attack with it, but I want to know what the damage would be if you are successful in hitting it. So maybe check that out for me. If we can't find anything, then we'll determine that among ourselves. So that is Felice's turn.
Big
Galaric.
crossbow.
Big crossbow, yeah. Galaric, is your turn. You stand above the fallen Maxim.
Yes, I will take, I suppose, a move action to sheath Sky Snap, and just I've then got my glaive back in my offhand. So there's that, and then I'll take another move action, so a standard action, to drink a potion of Cure Serious Wounds, just in case things go one way or the other.
Yeah, very good. Secure serious wounds.
3d8 plus 15.
3d8 plus 15.
2 2s in that. Galaric, the floor knight, his dice.
The cursed knight, I think.
Yeah.
He is cursed.
Cursed and doomed. But it's in your name, after all.
True.
So yeah, potion. And sorry, did you say you were doing something else?
We're pulling out my glaive again.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
it.
So you ready that?
Oh, and I'll take a 5-foot step backwards. There we go.
Okay. Clorikar takes another beat of his wings as he moves another 5 feet out of the obscuring fog. How many spell slots has he got left of that? He could try that again, you know. He won't. Not right now. That's his turn. Pop, it's your turn.
I will take a potion of heroism to essentially counteract the fear effect.
Oh yes, yep.
And then I need to be able to see this dragon.
Yeah, he's obscured right now.
Yeah, so I suppose, am I allowed to drop solid fog? And
I think you can just drop your spells. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Yeah, you can drop it.
Feels
It
like
will
a
say
mistake.
in the spell's description if it's dismissible or not.
Oh, it doesn't say
Oh.
that.
Oh no.
Sometimes they're really not.
I guess it's just been within our games. We said yeah, you can. I guess, but well, that would mean
Well, that's
basically
okay. I can just
almost
wait
all
to
spells.
fire.
But yeah, you can wait to fire. Yeah, if you want.
Or I could. There's no reason not to fire because I'll just charge it again the next.
Yeah, you've still got time. Yeah, you can fire. So because he's got full concealment, that's a 50% mischance right now.
It is.
So you can just make a ranged attack against Clorikar.
you want me to do the attack first or the mischance first?
Let's do the mischance first, so that we can just determine high or low. So you can choose, Dom.
I reckon high. Let's go high.
High to hit? Okay.
Yeah. And I'm going to roll a d100 because I always do a d2. Which
Let's
feels
have it, one honey.
less spectacular. 50 or above. Or 51 and above. Kind of very low. Very low indeed.
There is an echoing blast as the Vanquisher's namesake is detonated. And 120 d6 worth of force damage explodes out of the front of the cannon. Can you all make a reflex saving throw, please?
Yeah. Probably not. 14.
10.
7.
All three of
throws,
you
man.
are thrown to the ground. You are all knocked prone, not by the blast of the cannon, but because the blast of the cannon dislodges ever so slightly from what is holding the Vanquisher upon the brink. The remaining part of the hull buckles forward, and you can feel it scrape across the rock at the heart of the falls, the thing stopping you from falling. You know that every time that you fire that gun, it's going to increase the chance that the whole of the Vanquisher will plunge into the very depths, Pop. Yeah, you're all not prone. You've made your attack. You still technically have your movement, though, Pop, so you could stand.
I will stand. Thank you.
Fleece, it is your turn. You could take the same thing, but you, like the Vanquisher, will need to reload one of the great ballistae bolts with a round to fire again once you've done so.
Do I have to load it this time?
No, it is loaded at the moment, but once you fired, it will need to be reloaded. Did you find anything for a ballistae for 3.5?
Well, I did, but not in any of the books. I don't know where it will be in the books. I found it on D20 SRD.
What's the damage?
Which is the one we often go to, and according to this, siege machines, not that good, really.
No, it wouldn't be amazing.
That's heavy. Everyone like ballista, 3d8.
Oh, that's
which
still
is weird to me.
That's fine.
I thought it'd be. I
That's.
It'd be better than that.
I think that's fair.
Critical's on 19, 20, and the range is 120 feet. I think that's fine.
Yeah. So you can roll the mischance if you want to fire now, or you can ready your shot for when the fog does vanish eventually. It's up to you.
Well, I mean, I might as well just roll the mischance and see what happens.
Yeah. So high to hit.
It's high.
It's high. Make a ranged attack against Chlorokar.
So base attack is 7. And it's +1 for dexterity. But then it's unfortunately -2 for being shaken. Oh no, but +2 because of heroism, so it's as it was.
Yeah.
Oh, it's possibly a critical! Fuck off! Critical's on 19.
Okay, so because it criticals on, the thing is, that doesn't hit his armor class normally.
No, so if it confirms the critical, then it will be a hit and it will be a critical. If it doesn't confirm the critical, that won't get him. 27 doesn't hit his armor class. Fuck sticks. So 26 won't hit his armor class, so it doesn't confirm the critical. So even though it was a critical threat, it misses. Shit.
That still
Yeah.
hits.
So I have to roll a 20 with this to hit him.
I guess, yeah.
The critical always hits, I thought.
It has to be a natural 20. If your critical is say 19 to 20, 20 is always a definite hit. 19 is a critical threat, but not a definite hit. You have to confirm the critical. So if your 19 doesn't hit their armor class just based on numbers, then it doesn't count. Only natural 20.
That's what
I suppose
brought
they
the
did it 'cause
critical
it keeps
confirmation in the
natural
first
20s
place. Yeah, that's why that
special.
rule's there. Yeah.
Yeah. It's fine. I have no issue with that. So I have
The
to roll
bolt
a
whiffs
natural 20
past,
to hit him.
and it is, man, any other day. But it just misses Chlorokar as he's beating his wings against the fog. That is your turn, Fleece. Galaric, it's your turn.
I stand up. That's half my movement.
Yep.
And then I will stay where I am. I don't want to go near the front of the cannon, but I also, at this point,
Yeah,
So
I
I'm gonna
understand.
just
I
stay
understand. Okay, so nothing else in Galaric?
I'll go on total defense.
Total defense. Okay.
I'll add a +4 to my armor class.
You
Just
can
in
still
case.
use your action to take a potion if you wanted.
I'm close enough to full.
Nope, that's fine. Well, I didn't mean any potion, but yeah, fair enough. Okay, then, back to the top of the
Don't have many
round.
of those left.
Clorikar is going to beat his wings again. That is his turn. Pop, it is your turn.
Solid trod.
I'll ready the cannon again, I
Yeah,
suppose.
it's primed. You hear it this time. You can hear feel the swirling power of the arcane engine within this thing, still breathing into life. An immense amount of damage should it hit. Okay.
Slightly worried I can't hit with it.
I imagine as the size of it, Dom, might help.
Yeah, there's going to be... Yeah, well, we'll see. Okay. That being said, Pop's recharged the weapon. Fleece, it's your turn.
Fleece will reload.
You reload the Ballistae. Galaric, it's your turn.
Back into total defense.
Back into total defense. One more. He moves. With him moving out of the fog, does he just have to reach the edge and he's free, or does it literally have to get all of his squares out?
Suspect once he's halfway out, because the spells are always centered on your center square.
Yep. Okay.
So I imagine once that center square of his crosses out, he's free to move. But that really is down to you, Rob. I think I don't know that that's a strict.
It's fine. You'll buy you some more time. I think that's fair if he's half out. If he's only got his one wing out, then it doesn't make sense. But if he's half out, then I'll say yeah, he will. Because I mean, there's only so many hours in the day.
So next round.
Most of your body mass, isn't it? I guess it makes sense.
Yeah. So that was that. Sorry, I've lost track of where we were. So that was him moving. Pop, it's your turn.
I'll take another shot because I think I've got.
Well,
I'll be able to
you've
charge
got
and then
two-
fire.
Yeah.
Charge, fire. Yeah.
Might as well.
Assuming we don't die in a.
Come on, roll high, roll high, roll high.
Let's do D100 again.
Yeah, do 100. High to hit.
Stressful for me.
D-Hundy.
Hundy.
5.
Hundy that day.
Okay,
No,
right.
that's not.
So this time you've made it. So now you need to make an attack. Okay.
Yeah.
You add +10 to this attack.
Okay, so my base attack is 3. My assuming it's dexterity based.
Yeah, it's like a ranged attack. Yeah.
Cool. So 7 plus 10 is 17. Simple. That is not a good shot.
Unless it's on its touch.
It's not on its touch. The Vanquisher ripples as the blast happens once again. Please make a reflex saving throw, everyone.
I shouldn't have been able to fire.
Should have been the other way around.
13.
Oh no, you're sat in the ballistae, so you're fine. You're sat in a ballista, so you're actually
thank
fine.
Goodness.
But Pop, you succeed. You are ready this time. Only Galaric sadly doesn't get the cry. You topple back to the ground, Galaric. You watch as Maxim's remains slide uselessly across the deck from the rumbling. Okay. That was Pop's turn as he fired. Fleece, it is your turn.
It's high, so it has a chance. Nat 20, come on. Nope.
The ballistae bolt hurtles into the fog once again. but vanishes. A problem for someone else, maybe, but not for the dragon. Can you imagine?
Somebody just walking across the bottom of the waterfall, just like,
we finally found the high falls. Our pilgrimage is complete. Yeah. That's
the basis for your next
yeah, that's the next campaign. Yeah, it's
random.
So that was Fleece's turn. Galaric, you've been knocked to the ground.
I stand up.
You stand up,
and then I go into total defense. No.
Okay. Cool. You go into total defense. We're back to the top of the round. Chlorokar gets a wing out.
Sexy.
Get your wing out. That was Chlorokar's turn. Pop, it is your turn.
I guess I will charge the weapon.
Prime,
I literally need a natural 20 to hit it.
With plus 10 on the strike, plus...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Even then, it's only plus 17. Oh, maybe... Oh, no, maybe 10, actually.
Yeah, plus 10, plus your thing, so what's that?
Yeah.
17.
Yeah, so plus 17 is... Yeah, you could...
Would I be better off having a go once you've primed it?
Yeah, if you want to get over him.
I'll have a slightly higher number, I think, because I'm plus 8, so it'd be plus 18.
Yep. So, with that said then, but Pop, so you primed it on your turn, so it goes... You can hear like the rumbling of the arcane engine preparing once more. Fleece, it is your turn.
Fleece will move over to the other side.
Yeah.
Climb up in top of the ladder.
So you reach there and make an attack? It's within your speed, yes?
It's well within my speed.
Yeah, so you make your movement and then attack. So yeah, you rush over. You see the controls.
As I can see the dragon's wings sticking out of the side, am I better saying I ready the action? I ready the action so that the second he comes fully out, I do the attack.
Yeah,
so I don't have to do the mischance. That'd be better, wouldn't it?
That's fine, yeah. Yeah.
So I'm going to say, because he'll fly around the front almost guaranteed. I can't see him through this. I'd still have the mischance, I suspect.
He's coming for you. You can tell he's angry. He's coming for you.
As soon as he comes into view, I'll roll the attack. So I ready the action so that I can do it out of turn.
Yeah, okay. So he is clearly making his way there. Fleece, you move over to there and prepare, readying to slam down hard on the controls to detonate the cannon. Galaric, it's your turn.
I will 5, 10, 15, 20. 5, 10, 15, 20. Further up here to support the others, and that's double movement.
Yep, so you double move, ready to defend Pop. If the dragon should come this way. Okay, Chlorokar is releasing himself. That's his turn. He pulls himself out. And Fleece, you may fire when ready.
Oh my god.
This is going to be the best way to end this campaign ever. If I blow up the ship and we all die. I kind of want
So,
it now.
that is possibly a fumble. I need you to confirm it, please.
27. That missed last time.
It's a fumble. Fleece, you take aim and the Vanquisher just explodes from the front forward. The great ship is just enveloped at the very front in fire. I need you to roll 120 d6 for me, please.
Oh my god almighty.
Why did I let you roll it? You've got a better chance of hitting, but it's you!
At least it wasn't me.
Mate,
True.
I don't... Yeah, I've not had anywhere near as much bad luck as Galaric's had.
But mine isn't campaign ending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's campaign ending.
How to
bad.
end a campaign. Kill everyone.
390.
394 points of force damage. The whole front of the thing just comes away. The ancient draconic skull mounted onto the thing is atomized as the Vanquisher does exactly what it does to itself. The castle wall, you remember, was completely eviscerated. This thing just goes up, and immediately the Vanquisher just breaks free from its holdings, and what remains of the ship lurches forward. So anything forward from the fin wings that you used to get off the Vanquisher is gone now. Okay, I have no means of really covering it, but in fact, I can just do this. I'll a bit lower. So here.
I'm glad I moved.
Yeah.
It's just completely gone.
Okay.
And could you get rid of those red lines?
I don't know how. Oh yeah, I can. Yeah,
I got it. There you go. Perfect. So yeah, you just watch as that goes off. Make a reflex saving throw, everyone.
Almost 28.
No, 14.
Galaric, you remain on your feet. Fleece, you are flung from your from your feet and hit the deck.
Crap.
And Pop, you also are flung to the floor.
Oh, I'm usually better with just
You
Max.
all feel the Vanquishers lurching forward, careening towards the edge of the waterfall. You don't have long. At all. Your eyes pop. Sorry. No, it's not. That was Fleece's turn. Fleece fired. It's Galaric's turn. Sorry, Galaric, you're on the ground. No, you saved. You're fine, Galaric. What do you do?
We all saw into the lens when Pop was doing it, didn't we?
When Pop did what? When he struck the
Disintegrate.
Vanquisher? Yeah.
Yes. So I know there's elements of like levitation gems.
Yeah,
one in
remember,
here,
you
one
were the
there.
one that made that connection in the first place, Galaric. It was your memories recalling the hot vote crystals and their power over the floating ancient city of the Empirical. You know
In that
exactly
case-
that they're in there, for sure. 4 shards of them on each of those circles.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the adamantine falchion, because adamantine can cut through pretty much anything.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yours
going to
hardness.
attempt to cut a hole over the top of this one. If we're going down, there's a chance we can get out of this. Or at least get eaten by a dragon.
Yeah.
So I will attack this one here.
Yeah, very good. You can attack, and you don't need to do an attack roll. You can just give me... No, give me an attack roll just in case you're critical.
Yeah. Falcon's critical's on 18, doesn't
It
it?
does, yeah.
I don't have the stats for a falcon. I need to
That's
get
fine, I
those.
just wanted to see.
I'll just do a roll, see if
Yeah,
I...
yeah.
12. So
Yeah, you just do normal damage then. So
it's 2d4,
2d4,
I
I
believe.
think, for a falcon. Yeah. Plus your strength, of course. And
It's
all your
two-handed,
civics,
so strength is that. Technically, my Fires of Nessus comes into it as well, for what good it's worth, which would be that.
yeah. Fire
I-
affects objects. Yep, that's fine.
I could make it a Fury. I could have made it a Furious Strike.
That
Just
won't. It's fine. Roll your damage.
19.
19 is absolutely way more than I thought that was going to be. That's fine. Yeah, you carve out the side of this thing, and then hovering there within the center of this magical circle, housed within this metal container, you see floating there, no bigger than 2 hands, like depth. you see a floating red shard of magical power in front of you.
Well, I drew a weapon, unless you give me a free action to just go...
So you've attacked it. You didn't move, did you?
No, I didn't lose my balance.
Yeah,
but I
I'll
did draw
say-
the weapon.
you can
which I
grab
could
that.
do is, so I just went attack.
Yeah, you can grab it. That's fine.
it.
You
Cool.
grab hold of it. That's fine.
Cool.
Okay. So you seize hold of a shard of the hover crystal. Yeah, immediately you start feeling it has this kind of power, but you feel it almost extending beyond you as well, Galaric. You feel that you would need to focus on this thing to generate its effects, but it's in your hand at the very least.
I'll shout, pop.
You shout pop, and Chlorocar is free. He is going to go straight for you, Fleece, because he's the one you can see. You're the one he can see, rather.
Fair enough.
Let's see. With a single beat of its wings, enraged by... Oh, well. He comes free of the fog and looks down upon what remains of the deck and sees what remains of Maxim. An echo of a spited, vengeful green dragon bears down upon you, Fleece. Make a reflex saving throw as a tidal wave of corrosive power comes hurtling towards you.
How is reflex affected when one is prone? Or is it just the same?
Minus 4.
Minus 4 to your reflex when you're prone.
When you're prone, yes, I believe so.
Oh, it doesn't actually say.
So please check that, because that's
Oh, are you sure?
very significant to me at this point.
I thought it was.
It just says minus 4 on melee and cannot use ranged weapons unless it's a crossbow. Has a plus 4 AC against range attacks. In theory, there's nothing to say you can't roll out of the way.
Okay, yeah, just make a roll then in that case.
I'm on as normal because heroism cancelled out by fear. But I was never going to make it because it's plus 3. So 8.
You take 38 points of acid damage, Fleece, as it just comes
I take 18.
exploding towards you. You have a resistance, yes?
I took resist acid 20.
Excellent, very good. So it sort of almost funnels around you. Water up a duck's back. You are protected from it.
I mean, it still hurts. I still took 19 points of acid.
But yeah, the dragon
I'm fine.
is enraged by this and is planning what it will do next. Sizing
Pretty sure
up
we
as
can't shoot it again now. It's off to the side of the weapon.
It's off to the side to the cannon. That's correct. Yeah, that's right. And it's been fired. It hasn't been primed again since, has it?
It's not been primed.
No. But that is Chlorocar's turn. It is now Pop. What do you do?
First of all, I will attempt to cast Hesitate on the dragon.
Okay. What has it got to do?
Nice.
Do I have to do something before attempting to cast it? Do I have to do a spell
is it subject to spell resistance? Is my question to you.
I believe it is, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, in that case, please make a caster level check, please. So your magical capability, your level as a caster, plus a d20 roll, plus anything that you have to penetrate spell penetration.
I don't think I have anything on. No. Yes, it's just. Oh, natural 20.
Natty 20.
Oh my god. Pop,
When is that
you
one shoot?
beat the spellcaster level required. And I will say, easily with that roll. Your power goes straight through the magical defences. The dragon needs to make a save. What is the save that it needs to make?
It needs to make a will save.
Okay.
Of 19, so it's got a pretty good chance.
Okay. I'm gonna roll it publicly for you. Okay. It didn't roll, but you see that its will save is very high. Let's try again.
It is very high.
He spent too much time around Galaric.
So, with a 3 on the die, that is a failure. What does hesitate do, Dom?
I'll read the description. You fill a subject with doubts and misgivings, making it believe it's inferior to you. On a failed save, the subject can take no action other than a move action on its current turn. If we attack it, the spell ends, and it lasts for 1 round per level.
No special bonuses. Okay, so...
but it can take a new attempt to overturn it. It gets
new one each round. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's
after the first turn.
You see him just like immediately have to like push his wings in like that motion to keep himself from getting any closer. As he sees the threat that awaits him, it seems, if he perceives you to be a powerful threat.
I think the physical effect of that was Pop just like literally turned and looked at him, made eye contact.
And he hisses an alarm. Yeah, Dan. Okay.
And then I will go over to Galaric and see what he wants. That's an immediate action as well, so that doesn't even cost me a standard action.
Oh wow! Bloody hell!
Yeah, I should have done it on its turn. That I was reading the description.
No, that's fair. That's fair enough. That's fair enough.
You can cast that out of turn, can't you?
Yeah. Okay,
cool.
So you go over to Galaric.
Yes. I do have the gem in hand, so if you want to take the gem from my hand, you can do so. I've been holding it towards you.
Yeah, if you're handing it to me, I'll take it.
Pretty much. That's why I was going pop. So that would have been what I did last turn for you, but...
Cool.
Okay. Yeah, you do so. That is your turn then, Pop. As you take the gem. The crystal. Fleece, it's your turn.
Just out of curiosity, how high is the dragon from the floor?
He is 60 feet in the air.
Great. Well, I've been thrown, so I imagine I'm at the bottom of the ladder there anyway. I will stand, which is half movement. And I will take a potion of invisibility.
He gives a disgusted snarl as you vanish from vision, Pop. Fleece, sorry. Very good.
In fact, because that was only half my movement, I can do the potion. I'll move as well, because I don't want to make it too obvious. I'll move to over sort of there.
Yeah, so you hastily move up into that direction there. Yes, very good.
I will double check how long that lasts, but that's my turn.
Very good. That was Fleece. Galaric, it's your turn.
I will say this to Pop as I'm about to do my action. I'll say, prime it one more time, and once you're doing that, figure out how this works to get us off here. I'll get the dragon when you need him. I say that as I perform a charge on Maxim's body.
Okay.
I charge onto Maxim's body, and as I sort of slide over and then deliver a foot onto him as an attack, I shout at Cloricar, "It was not Fleece that brought your master down, it was me. Come and fight me as intended." Attempting to lure him down here, if you catch my drift.
That's juicy. Goodness me. Yeah, your words echo above as we make another tick on the tally. At this point, the Vanquisher is just rolling over the edge now. Again, I'm not able to move it, but if you'd imagine the full prow of the thing is now over the edge of the waterfall, you don't have long. The dragon hears this, but I wonder if hesitation will prevent him from doing so. Pop, you said he gets a save every round, yes?
I think probably after the first round, because otherwise you'd get a save before it affects him.
Okay, so he's stuck hesitating for this round then?
Yeah,
he can still
move. Still.
He will still move, and he is going to answer that because that is 100% correct. There's no lie in your voice at all. So, vroom, 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 bam! And he just comes out of the air. He's gonna be there, ready to come at you. I think he'll be beating his wings, ready to strike down upon you as he flies towards you. Okay.
Good thing I'm immune to fear and wearing my brown trousers.
Yeah, for sure. He's just gonna land there, but he's still gripped by this power until his next turn. So yeah, we'll see. Chlorocar's turn is complete. Pop, it is your turn.
Well, if Galaric wants me to prime it again, I'll move and prime it again.
Okay, yeah, you will prime the weapon then.
Yep.
You feel that rumbling in the heart of the Vanquisher.
Please, keep yourself.
With that, then, that's Pop's turn to prime it. Fleece, it's your turn. You are quite far away at this point.
Yeah, you can move up to double your speed on a charge, is that right?
That's right.
So long as it's not interrupted, so it has to be a dead straight line, no difficult terrain, no left and right.
Well, I mean, it would be a dead straight line, but it would still only be to there, which I couldn't do.
Yeah, so it wouldn't be enough.
I will move almost double my speed to... we'll say there.
Oh no!
Double move.
Oh my god.
Oh, please.
What? I'm off to the side of it.
You could have fired the thing. It's okay.
Yeah, it didn't go very well last time, did it?
Yep, sorry. Please, you rush towards the dragon.
It misses a lot. He's anticipating it's going to miss.
Galaric,
And that we need to fight
it is your turn. The dragon bears over you, currently still hesitating. They still suffer the effects, but if you attack him, that will prevent the effect from being on him, as I understand it.
I'm fully aware. I've got his attention, which is what I wanted. Mm-hmm. I will draw my glaive, so I'll put the Falchion back. And I will... It looks like I'm taking a power stance, but what I'm doing is I'm designating my shield block against him, and I'm also going into total defense. So my armor class against him is quite good. Hopefully.
Okay.
That's it.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I'm not attacking. I'm
Well,
holding for...
Take the chance that he might not.
Yeah, we move back to the top of the round then.
I'm taking the chance you might be able to fire that gun.
Yeah, let's hope so. Yeah, not cool. So, he's going to try that again. I'll roll it publicly. The DC was what again,
DC
Pop?
19.
DC 19. Just shakes his head with a snap of that. The subject can take no action other than a move action on its current turn. If the start of its turn, the subject can attempt a new saving throw at the end of the effect. If the save succeeds, the subject can then act normally.
Yeah.
What is your armor class, Galaric?
29.
First claw is a hit. So 1 claw, 2 claws hit. I'm writing it down so I don't forget.
That's fine.
First wing comes in. Misses. Second wing comes in. Misses.
Why do you say that with surprise when his armor class is 29?
He is a very powerful dragon, and that is very achievable for him. I'm sorry.
I'm fully aware.
So both wings, so 2 claws hit, both of his wings miss. A tail slap comes arcing round. That is a hit. That's the same as the claw, so 2 claws and the tail. Oh, I should have done his bite first, and his bite.
Saving the best till last.
Yeah, afraid so. The bite also hits.
That's fine. Hey, if I could deflect 2 of those attacks, that's a good thing.
Okay, so bear with me, sorry, maths. So first the bite. Both claws hit. I'm just using the roller, do forgive me.
Absolutely fine.
Tail. Oh my word, goodness. Okay, here we go. I've just got to total that all together now. 67 points of damage in total as he just lands in front of you and just starts clawing you to pieces, Galaric. The bite comes in and savages you on the neck. 2 claws, bam, bam, he beats his wings, but you've just been knocked away so the wings don't hit you. And then last of all, the tail comes arcing around and just smashes you in the side. And it's almost like it might have been worth his master's death if it will mean that he feasts upon your fallen flesh, doom-driven. That is his turn. Pop, it's your turn.
Let's fire the gun. We've got this gun.
So,
we
plus
must
10,
fire it.
plus your ranged bonuses.
Yeah, so 17.
Okay.
Fingers crossed. 25. Oh my god.
No, not enough. Not enough. You roll too low. The blast is wild. The force of it just rocks, and I need you all to make a reflex saving throw.
25.
Pop, Galaric, you're both fine.
13.
Fleece, you are thrown to the ground and you're prone. Okay. With that blast, the Vanquisher is almost halfway over the top now. I'm just going to be completely transparent here. 2 rounds remain, and that is going over the edge. Okay? So, with that being done, that was Pop fired the gun. Fleece. It is your... well, sorry, it'll be 2 rounds from next round, I will state. So next round, 1, following one, 2, because the gun just got fired. So, yeah, Fleece, it's your turn.
You need a full movement to charge, so if I stand, I can't charge, can I?
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
In that case, I stand.
Okay. Cool. That was your turn.
Hang on. Wait, no. I mean, it's just, if I do... so it's half a movement to stand.
Half movement to stand, that's right.
And then the rest of my movement would be...
Yep, you would be on him. He's a he's a huge square count. So yep, you would be at his side to reach that bit if you wanted to.
So, rather than do a charge, because I don't know, with the negs and stuff, I would have to take. I'm not going to take off a power attack because it's not going to do any good. So, what does attacking from invisible give you?
So he is flat-footed, which I'm afraid doesn't do an awful lot.
But he's flanked.
He is flanked. Yes.
Right. So
yes.
Gives me a +2. But I'm not charging, so I don't get any more. So we'll just go for one attack. 33.
Is a hit.
Finally.
Yep, you smash into him.
32 points of damage. That is magic.
Yep, you carve through him, and that carves through his damage reduction as well. He gives a hissing snarl as you swipe into him. Fleece, very good. Galaric, you see Fleece just loom out of nowhere, desperately trying to smash into the dragon. Galaric, it is your turn.
Well, Fleece is now visible, isn't he, because he attacked?
He attacked and is visible, that's right. You feel the dragon's attention will be divided, but you can't know for sure how that will translate.
Just to clarify what I said before, it was 50%, please.
I had an idea, and it's just... That won't work. Okay. I know now what's going to happen and where I'm at. I am not going to survive. The Galaric knows this. I know this. But there is one possible thing I can do is potentially might be able to fix it for you two, or it will do nothing. So Fleece isn't here, so it's okay, because he probably wouldn't be. He'd be too busy shouting and raging for me to hear this anyway. Galaric is going to shout to Pop, and he's had a kind of sort of like a jovial sort of haha, yes for most of this, and this time no, he's deadly serious in this, covered in blood. Pop, use it now. Get yourself and Fleece out of here. I can stall him a bit longer now, and I'll do it now, or at least I'll tell you, Rob, what I want to do, and then I can wait for Fleece to come back. My parting moment, I will probably provoke an attack of opportunity, as I will slide off the Ring of Red Rule, attempt to slide it on a claw or a talon, so that I can potentially force Chlorikar into the service of Hell, and by such pull attention away from here, and Hell will want that. My thinking is, if Hell find they've got a dragon...
I mean, it's a swing.
It is a swing.
That's gonna be so difficult to do. I'm sorry, man.
Hey,
I don't even know how to.
It's that, or I feign. Like literally, I need to do one thing.
Okay.
Or
so you'll provoke an attack of opportunity. He's going to try and bite you with this attack of opportunity. So in doing so, you can try and put the Ring of Red Rule on one of his teeth.
Yep.
Okay.
If I can get him indebted to Hell,
because that would go on. It wouldn't go on his claw. It adjusts.
You see what I'm trying to do with the indebting and the thing?
I do, but it's just so wild. Okay.
I know, but I'm about to die, so...
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think if that's what you want to try and do, but it's just going to be so difficult to do.
So that's absolutely fine.
Okay, first of all then, You're going to need to grapple to do that, I'm going to say. I think that is fair. A grapple off with the dragon shows how difficult it will be to achieve, but if you out-grapple him, then yes, you will get the ring on him.
I need to roll a 20. But
Okay.
it provokes attack opportunity.
That's fine. I think rolling a 20 is adequate. So let's do the attack of opportunity first. His bite comes in.
Rapidly.
Armor class?
It's 25.
Possibly a fumble. I promise you that is a 1 on my die. That is possibly a fumble. Sorry, the armor class was?
25.
Is a hit, so it's just a miss. So he snaps at you, and you move aside and then lunge for the grapple to try and get the ring on him. Yeah, you've got to probably out. Yeah, good luck. Yeah, good luck. If you're critical, you do it.
25.
You desperately try and get the thing on him. You're unsuccessful. You
It's okay.
aren't able to do that. I'm very sorry.
I kind of take the ring off.
Yeah. You can put it back on because you've done that as your attack. I'll say that you can put it back on if you wanted.
I'd like to think actually what happened. Galaric goes and he's reaching in with the talon and just can't get a grip, so he never really gets the chance to remove it. But as he slides down, Galaric kind of just slides back down, bloodied, beaten, and then just... Come on then.
Yeah, he is very tempted to do so. However, he has 2 opponents now, so he is going to divide his attacks. He feels the bite of Fleece and is going to lunge round and is going to try and bite you, Fleece. We'll do these attacks individually. That'll be easier. So, what is your armor class?
Mine?
Yep.
Yeah. Still raging. Rage drops it by 2. So it's 15.
Okay, so this is going to do...
I'm 99.9% sure that it drops it by 2, but I'm just double.
Yes.
The bite deals 27 points of piercing damage, Fleece.
27.
He then lunges to deliver the 2 claws against you, Galaric, armor class.
25.
A miss. Possibly a fumble.
Come on then.
You survivor.
That is a miss, but that is a critical fail, so no more attacks. He swipes. Oh no, it's just a miss, isn't it? How do we?
It's just a miss.
Yeah,
He
He
just
didn't
fumbled.
fumble, so he
that's
can't
right.
carry
It's
on
just a
attacking.
miss. So the 2 claws miss you, Galaric. He then goes round and tries to beat Fleece to death with his wings. Armor class again. Sorry.
Still 15. Try and miss me.
Hits. Dealing
An absolutely obscene amount of damage.
12 points of bludgeoning damage. There were 2 very low rolls there. And then the tail slap comes back towards you, Galaric.
Yeah.
That's a hit.
Yeah.
18 points of bludgeoning damage.
18. Okay.
Tail just comes smashing down upon you, and there's a crunch. The tail lifts.
Galaric is at -8.
So, you, Galaric, just feel this bludgeoning power, BOOM! Just knock you into the void, into the darkness, where you lie unconscious and dying, your blood flowing across the open decks of the Vanquisher.
It's been a good run.
It has been a good run. But the dragon, looks down upon you with triumph in his acidic green eyes, vengeance for his master. But that is his turn. Pop.
Okay. Pop is only going to be able to get over to anyone by casting invisibility.
The gun, I will remind you, is primed.
It fired.
Is it? No, it fired it.
Oh, you did, didn't you? Did you not prime it again? Wow.
No.
Yeah, what do you do?
I don't think I can prime it and fire it again before everyone dies.
So that was we're on the penultimate round currently. So if you primed it now, you would have one last chance to fire it.
Yeah, alright, I'll prime it, and then I'll say to Fleece and Galaric in their heads by telepathy that if they come over to me, I might be able to get them out afterwards. But yeah, that's. And I'll cast invisibility. So.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
So it primes. You hear the final rumbling of the arcane engine. The last attempt to prime the weapon to hit Chlorikar. That was Pop. Fleece, it is your turn. You watch as the dragon is just like attacking you and Galaric, and as the tail lifts, you see that Galaric is now upon the ground, broken, glaive at his side, blood pouring everywhere as he dies upon the deck. What do you do?
Galaric's down. I think of a way where I can make it easier for you to hit it. I can't grapple it because I don't have improved grapple, so it would just bat me away with an attack of opportunity. I do have improved trip. It's a size category larger than me, but I stand a chance.
And it's got 4 legs.
Plus 8.
It's got a bunch of bonuses, but I've got a bunch of bonuses. It kind of balances out a little bit. I mean, my trip is fairly obscenely high.
I mean, flat-footed isn't going to make much of a difference.
It will make no difference.
No, not flat-footed, but -4. Actually, no, pointless, because even if it did work, he'd be actually +4, because it's a ranged attack. So I'd be helping him. So I think that
I'll save you.
I think that the best thing I can do is hold his attention. So can you, you're talking to us in our heads, can we talk back to you?
Yeah, I can communicate with you from a distance.
You hear Flace is in a rage, but as I said, his rage isn't like rage. It's like a deep focus. So you hear a voice from Fleece that's actually incredibly, very calm, almost way calmer than he normally is. And you hear it, I suspect, because it's in his mind, in both common and in giant. His first language. You hear him say, "Make sure that we do not fall in vain, my friend. I will hold his attention. Try not to miss. And I will go in for a full round of attacks. So I'm not flanking anymore. Damn it, Galaric.
No, you're not flanking
Selfish.
anymore. The dragon
Selfish.
versus Fleece. It turns to look at you, and it's face off right now, but a full round of attacks. Let's
I don't
see.
suppose there's any chance Shaken will have worn off by any time soon.
Let's see.
Not in the presence of the dragon, I imagine.
I don't know how long it lasts. I didn't know if it was in rounds or it was just whatever.
It's in
really.
rounds. It was 4d6 rounds, and we're still within that, I'm afraid.
Yeah,
Sorry.
oh,
Yeah, it's a long
it's
time.
fine.
And you're absolutely
I
right, you're
didn't
still in
think
its
it would.
presence. So, make your attacks.
Just a full round of attacks. So my attacks would be that.
Transparency,
But with that
you need to get higher than 27 to hit him.
36
Is a hit.
And my second attack, which I've not done the entire time through the fight, so I don't know what it is.
-5.
I know. Minus
So
5
17.
from the 22. Yeah, of course, that's a much easier way of working out. So 17.
So just the once, bam, you slam into the dragon, roll your damage.
35. Again, it's magic, so hopefully that...
Yep, carved straight through. Yeah, absolutely. Bam! Just smacks into the dragon's jaw, and then it lunges, and then your second strike goes aside, Fleece, as you're fully engaged with the dragon.
Yeah, absolute focus and eye contact. He
Yeah.
wants this thing's attention.
That was your turn. Galaric, please roll a D100.
We need this very low.
Money.
Yes, Galaric has not responded in any way to Pops.
So a saving throw here is just a D100 roll. You need to roll 10% to stabilize. Is that correct?
So 1 to 10.
Come on, man.
-9.
Galaric, in your mind's eye, in the darkness, you can see the 9 rings of fire, and within each of them there are beckoning hands, thousands of them, the many that you have sent there, willfully waiting your return, to greet you as a friend, to greet you as a brother, doom-driven to his grave at last. We're back to the top of the round. Chlorocar just whirls about, Fleece, and is upon you. Armor class, please.
15.
Possibly a fumble.
He's not going to be a fumble, but it's a miss, and I'll take it. Two those 2 1s, that'd be sweet, wouldn't it?
Matt, roll a D100. I actually don't believe that. You were literally saying it as it rolled as well.
Take it. 91. Yes, please. Yes, please. Make it so that it's more
We don't
like
need the gun.
Oh my god, I want it. I want it.
It doesn't.
Roll it again.
Ankle.
No, some of them don't apply.
Ankle?
It depends on the creature. So
Roll again.
88.
Oh,
Keeping it high. We're keeping it high.
Critical hit self. Critical damage and roll on table again.
And on the table again. So, I rolled another one.
I'm going to roll a critical hit upon himself, which is.
Oh my god! So if we just keep rolling 88,
just keep.
just die. Just
Wait,
keep-
hang on.
essentially
Let me.
just kill
So
itself.
it's going to be. I'm going to roll it publicly. I'll roll it publicly, so you know. You'll know the damage of his bite, but that's fine. So that's going to be roll
We know it's
3d8 plus. So 68 plus 18. He lunges at you, Fleece. You move out of the way, and his bite lands painfully against his own wing, and he shreds part of it off. Greenish acidic blood pours everywhere as he gives himself that damage. Roll the fumble table again for me. Oh, sorry, no. What did it say exactly? It was.
86.
It
Hit
was.
self and then roll again on the table.
Wait, you did it again?
86.
Oh no. Oh, otherwise hit self critical damage.
It's critted
He
itself
takes
twice.
critical damage on himself again. That's
Yeah, 86 is hit friend if in threatened area. Otherwise, hit self critical hit damage.
okay. I didn't like the table.
So 66 once more, plus 18, 43 points of damage.
If it slows it down.
Well, it no longer gets its attacks because that was a fumble. Okay. You're not. It still looks pretty solid, unfortunately, but that was its turn. I should mention that this is the final round. It claws into itself in a desperation, trying to claw you to death, Fleece.
I'm going to ask you, Pop, in my head, if you can still hear me, to hold for a second. Because if you fire and you miss, it will still knock me to the ground and I won't be able to attack it. If you could just wait until I attack it and then fire, like literally just hold off for a second.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Pop, you can hold your turn to happen after Fleece. That's fine. So you hold your turn. Fleece, it is now your turn. The dragon's wing, like... That is a hit.
30.
Its wing limp against its side. You hit once.
25.
You miss for the second, so you hit once.
26. That is not good damage for that.
It's 1, 2, 3.
6 points from
He is
dice.
grievously wounded, the dragon. It's bad, but he's still but for him that still means he's still got a bit of fight left.
I'm holding his gaze. I'm holding his attention.
He you just slice into him, and the dragon rears back, ready to deliver a deadly bite. Pop, you can go now, or you can wait till after Galaric's turn. It's up to you.
Yeah, should we see if Galaric's gonna die?
Let's see
You're
what happens.
-9. You need to roll 10 or lower.
Hey, we've seen it happen. Oh. A moment for the fallen.
Oh no. As the battle rages and goes quiet all about you, you, Galaric, have a thought, have a moment to yourself. Yeah, you feel yourself fading, and the 9 circles of fiery hell are reaching out to you, Galaric. What runs through your mind as death takes you?
There's a deep familiarity that Galaric just suddenly, at this point, goes, back here again. I know this feeling. But this time, I think I saved some people. And I stopped evil. At least, I took more of a conscious stand against it. Maybe it's enough this time. Maybe. And then, Galaric doesn't leave a body behind, because he's hellbound, which means hell-bred can only be brought back through high resurrection magic. A normal revivify or anything like that just won't work. Galaric doesn't just die. His body turns into ash left by hellfire. A surge of hellfire claims Galaric's body. And then, like a burnt-out shadow left from an explosion, there is just an image left on the Vanquisher of where Galaric's body was, as he returns to the 9.
As you return to the 9, there is silence, at least for you, for a moment, before the screams begin again.
That's no happy ending, man.
Not for Galaric. His happy ending was twisting his ankle.
Pop, you feel...
What did he do the first time around? It must have been awful.
You'll never know, Fleece.
Pop, you feel the connection between Galaric go. You are psychically linked to them, and then you just feel it snap, just go. Your held turn.
Yeah. Pop will whisper a little prayer for Galaric. Probably those exact words, probably for Galaric, and then he will press whatever buttons, pull whatever
You have
levers.
to hit 28.
So what do you got to roll? You get 17, right? So you've got to hit over.
11 or more.
Pop fires.
So doable. Come on.
Missed every single time. He's not good at shooting things.
The Vanquisher detonates, and the shot is wide. It passes over Chlorocar, and the Vanquisher then rears high as it brows the falls. And vanishes down into...
Pop has the opportunity to escape this.
Yeah, well, as it's beginning to fall, Fleece... Well, we're back to the top of the round, and it falls, but the thing is, Chlorocar goes before you, Fleece. So if you were to act, it would be after this, but if you are embracing your fate, then you will stay where you are. It's up to you.
Well, I can't move at the moment.
I
can't exactly run as it's falling or anything. There's nothing.
Well,
I can do, so.
yeah, exactly. It falls, and so I suppose that's the only thing I have to ask then is, Pop, what do you?
You have the
what do you
dimension
do?
door boots. You hear in your mind
The Cape of the Mountebank. It's the cape that's upon you that gives you dimension door, Pop. That's right.
What's the range of dimension door? How far can you go? At least
That's
you can
the spell, yeah.
take the Horizon Lens and escape with it, so that we're successful at least in the campaign.
Yeah, true. I don't think it's that far, is it? It's in the hundreds of feet.
Any spot within range. Range is 400 plus 40 feet per level. I mean, how high are the falls? Can you get to the bottom of the falls with that? 400 feet
No,
plus
that
40 feet.
Like, wasn't it kilometers down or something? Rob said.
It's 2 miles down, yeah, so you won't be able to teleport to the bottom, but you can teleport to the cliff faces on the side. Yeah, there will be ways for you to escape, certainly, but you will need to choose a point quickly.
But, I mean, you can get 400 odd feet away, so you can definitely get away from the dragon.
Yeah, you can get away from...
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, without any option to save Fleece, I really have anything but using the cape, the mountebank, to just whisks it round himself with a sigh and dimension doors to relative safety.
The massive vessel brows and then tumbles over the falls. Fleece locked in battle against Chlorocar. You both just tumble into the surging falls. Chlorocar's going to get a reflex save to see if he can escape.
Yeah. I mean, I would definitely try and grab him on the way down to restrain his wings. Come on, that would be
okay, yeah. Give me
critical his own wings.
Give me a you want to grapple him or attack him? Because he's not trying to attack you. He will spend his turn trying to get out. So if you want to spend your turn attacking him, you can do that.
Fleece, if you were attacking him, he's already been attacking his wings with a critical hit. If you just keep attacking his wings, you won't
His
be able to fly
his
away.
wing is injured. Yeah, I'll take that into account for sure.
Okay. Yeah, go on. I'll just attack him then. I thought grappling might be better because I am quite hefty if I've got the chance.
Well, I'll tell you what it is. Because he's trying to
Attacking
leave, that provokes an attack of opportunity. So you take your attack of opportunity first.
29
is a hit.
Takes 36. That's more like it. 36 points of damage.
Okay, he's going to try and do a reflex save to get out of there. That is a 2 on the die, so that is a fail for Chlorokar as he attempts to get off of the Vanquisher, but he beats his wings, but the thing is rearing up, and the actual barrel of the gun presses into him as he tries to go up, and that comes down. You can do your full attack as well if you want, Fleece, as you're going down the falls, why not?
A farewell from Fleece.
31.
That is a confirmed critical strike.
And then my second attack, just in case. 25. Every time I get 25 on the second attack. That's funny. Okay, so do 100. 64.
Is that in or just closely out of critical multiplier?
You know what? I think it might be out. I can't remember.
It's either 65 or 61.
Roll again. It says to shield. It hasn't got a shield. Roll again.
74. I want the critical damage.
Roll again, please.
4. That's
Standard
more like
critical.
Standard critical. 88 points of damage.
Okay, and then that's including your other attack as well?
The other one missed.
The other one missed, didn't it? Yeah.
Second attack missed, yeah.
Fleece, as you, the Vanquisher, and Chlorokar tumble into the falls, how do you kill Chlorokar?
Amazing. I think that the dragon's trying to flap its wings to escape, and so Fleece just brings the axe round and just embeds it into its kind of breastbone, and then as it flies, he's hanging from underneath it. And it's kind of the ship's falling away from beneath them, and they hover there for a second, and he just looks up at it, and as it dies, they both just kind of, as its wings go, they both just fall out of the sky together in like this kind of death embrace with his axe embedded into it.
Oh my goodness. Your forefathers, Fleece, watch. The greatest giants, as tall as mountains, watch with pride as you vanish into the mists. Our vision moves across the land of Main Realm, and as it does so, we see half the realm away, the great dark hand reaching up into the sky, threatening to blot out the world in darkness, dissipates. And a mysterious faction known only as the Strangers have defeated Darrick Redhaven, an ancient vampire with designs to eclipse the world with a power known as the Fugue Prism. And on this very same night, we can hear a call not from Orenthale, not from Faereld, but a call from Arland. And we see a great throne room, the throne room of Agistel, the capital of that cursed land. And before its throne there stands a great mirror, and before it there stands a woman with crimson red skin and horns that curl across the back of her head. And she says, "Moon sickle rise and sever, revenge call I call revenge, sever and rise, sickle moons." And that is where we will be leaving this campaign for now, tonight. Thank you ever so much for watching. And as we always say on Roll the Bones, bone them rolls.